I told mama it ain't no way. This money is so I'ma chase it. These niggas leaving the top vacant. And I'ma ride for what I want, ain't no stopping it when it comes time to check and chasing them diamonds, 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 diamonds. Objectives chasing them diamonds, 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 diamonds. Objectives chasing them. Give me backseat early on. That's the type of diamonds I'm on. Never seen a girl like you before. So bright when the sun hits my charm. Yeah, I grew up from the lawn, but scumbags don't really live too long. Yeah, I can take you on a ride and show you this side of my town. I'm from Palm Beach, where niggas keep it in arm's reach. But you best not let your arm reach. Skinny niggas out here, they fair to see. These fucking diamonds keep your bitches whining. If you hitting diamond, nigga, come tell me about it. From the bottom to the top, I rise. These blood diamonds live up in my eyes. A cold sign will help me boost my grounds. Like cold climb, you reach and grab your shine. Diamonds live at the bottom of the dirt. Same go for niggas that's poor with no work. Guess we all reach in for the same thing. No wonder why they told mama it ain't no way. This money is so I'ma chase it. These niggas leaving the top vacant. And I'ma ride for what I want, ain't no stopping it when it comes time to check them chasing them diamonds, 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 diamonds. Check them chasing them diamonds, 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 diamonds. Give me that diamond around your neck for them jewels, yeah, we get possessed. Man, we post so you know we stress. So your diamonds, I'm after next. Mama told me to calm my nerves. Mama, can't you see that we broke? A 9 to 5 ain't on my mind, so this rapping shit gotta work. They say diamonds boost your status. Hip so then I gotta have it. I become problematic, a fiend to the diamond habits. My first hit turn me an addict, and me tilting off the atlas. Now I'm shifting on these bastards with diamonds all in my capture. Crying turning to pain, dying turning to fame. Nigga, we live in poor, so these diamonds boosting our game. Living life as a rebel, fighting off all these devils. Hoping a blessing come with the diamond shine in my bezel. Put your hands up high, and let me see you throw your fucking diamonds in the sky. Your diamonds in the sky, put your hands up high, and let me see you throw your fucking diamonds in the sky.
Hammer gang. Cause we always hit the nail on the head. What's going on with you, CJ?
Yo, back in the building.
What's going on? Big Kane 1, what's going on, fam?
We came.
We got Bob in the building. Good luck. Hey, thank you, man. I think Bob is a Georgia fan, I think. So thank you, Bob. Thank you.
Play
with the Hammer gang. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got made in the 305 Dade County, baby. What's going on, boss?
VT in the building.
Okay. Comments coming in a little late. Let me let that pop up. But what's going on with you, VT, man? What's going on, everybody?
Turned up VT.
There you go. All right, so we got a few things to talk about tonight. What's going on with you, Red? What's going on, boss? Everybody, check in, man. Say something in the comment section so, we could do the meet and greet thing and then we could get the show started.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all share it too, because I don't know if everybody getting the notification, so share it.
Yeah, that I really appreciate that, man. Y'all share the live, share it somewhere, share it on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, Instagram.
Instagram, all there.
What's going on with you, Canes? Canes football talk. What's good with you, boss?
Y'all can share it on Pornhub, anything. I don't care.
Nah,
Get
don't
it
do
out
that.
there. Get it
Don't do
out
that.
there.
Don't do that. You say dogs are winning this weekend because we are off.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Nick Saban can't beat you on your off day, man.
No.
I'm a gang. What's going on with you, Joe? How you doing, boss? All right, man. Man, last week, tough game against Pitt. Miami pulled off the win. But you know what time it is, man. It's Virginia week. We got to move on to Virginia. Now, me personally, as soon as that clock hit 0 on that Pitt game, it was on to Virginia. One game at a time. One game at a time. Now, CJ, what did you take from that Pitt game?
It was a win. It wasn't an exciting win. It was just, we got a W. You know, we got a W. I'm glad we do because it showed that we bounced back. We bounced back from a loss. So that's an improvement from last season. I was on me. Everything good? Okay. But yeah.
You know, it's a culture thing, man. Once you lose a big game the way we lost to Clemson, you know, the bounce back was real this time around.
Yeah. I mean, I get that part, but this is my thing. And I think I was on Zoe's show one time and I was talking about it. And I was like, I like the win. I like we got the W, bounce back, all that. That's good. But we got to get better. I mean, and I mean by accuracy, find that championship, of course, all day. 87, my year I was born. But we got to get better on, like, King has to get better on accuracy, dog. King has to get better at accuracy. He got to get better at accuracy.
Man, you gotta love it, man. Lenore's always come through with the score predictions, man.
38, 20. I think we're gonna get more than that. No, I think we're gonna have more than that against Virginia. I think we're gonna have more than that.
So far this season, Virginia has averaged around 20 to 22 points. So, you know, Miami 38. We've been averaging about a good 30, 35. So
yeah, I think
that's a good score.
It's legit, but I think it needs to be more than that. If it don't be more than that, but like I was saying about the Pittsburgh game, I'm glad they're doing the wide receiver switch up. You know, the competition need to be had because I've been saying that Wiggins and them had Butterfingers ever since last season. So I'm glad Lashley finally making the competition out of this shit because it really needs to have been done. As far as the defensive linebackers, I agree. Rotate them in until you find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it was a win. But Virginia, we should win more than 30 points. Just be honest. We should.
Cowboy Kane, what's going on with you, man? He say 45-10 Canes. Now, Virginia, quarterback-wise, they're going to be up and down in their quarterback situation because they started got a concussion. He's not clear to play, so he won't be playing tomorrow. So, you know, they've been juggling their 3 quarterbacks so far, but as you can see, they can't really get anything going with them. It's basically like, you know, hey, I know you ain't got no experience. I know you ain't done this before. I know you ain't been in this spotlight before, but go out there and do something. That's been the thing.
I ain't studying your ass, Pope. Just let you know that now.
Oh, man. We can be 5-1 this weekend. Yes. Oh, 66-9. Woo! Oh, man.
Nah. Hey, listen, I might do my skip shit sometime. That is just ridiculous.
Look at
I told you though. I said, hey, step poke ass.
Let me get it off the screen before he give us some bad luck.
Man, Pope trying to be funny, man. Pope trying to be funny.
Man, Virginia ain't getting no win over here.
No, not at all. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they say they got 34-17. Okay, I'll take a 17-point win.
Why is it so goddamn low? Why is it so damn low, y'all? Come on now.
It's the bounce back, man. We got to see what them receivers going to do this week. Now, at the end of the Pitt game, Reed Lashley came out and said, receiving, it's wide open. Competition time. There's no starters. Nobody got a job right now. There's no starters. Now, throughout practice, they've been keeping an eye out on all the receivers and everything like that. So don't be surprised game time come around and you see different starters. Now, we've been getting the same starters pretty much every game. You got what? D. Wiggins, Mark Pope, and Harley.
Yeah. What up, Nick 305?
Don't be surprised. Yeah, Pope say real talk, y'all should handle Virginia. Definitely.
Hey, you know what? I accept that troll from Pope because Pope be taking a lot of shit on his channel. But no, they want
one thing first, CJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who do y'all think gonna start this week at receivers? I mean, like I said, there's a fire underneath all the receivers right now. Who do y'all think in the practices that been going on throughout the week? Who y'all think showed up and showed out the most? Who y'all think gonna start out of the 9 receivers that we do have? Who y'all think gonna get those starting positions? Who you think went the hardest in practice this week? Now, you know we got a few guys, a few freshmen that would love to come in and get a start, start making a name for themselves. You got Xavier, Michael Redden, and just to name a few. So, and let me know who you guys think going go the hardest this week. Going maybe be a starter this week. Now, you go ahead.
But Skip.
Hold on. Time out. What's going on, boy?
Hey, I'm in the dirty room.
Hey, man, don't matter, man. What's going on, boss?
Hey, T2Y CJ. Hey, man, I just want to see. We need to get this. We need to throw more to our tight end, man.
Yeah, I definitely can agree to that.
Yeah.
My baby girl, she want to be on here.
Yeah, man. I definitely like what they've been doing with Brevin Jordan and Will Mallory.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my kids just like that, man.
Yeah.
Every time I turn on this camera, they be like, just want to get in front of it.
Yeah, man. But I just come here to say that, man. I mean, I want a big blowout, but I ain't gonna put it out there no more.
Hey, man, don't let them bring your scores down, man. I love it, man.
Yeah, keep them up.
Hey, T2Y, y'all keep up the good work, brothers.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we definitely got to involve the tight ends more, but it also come to play. That's why we got to get these freshmen and sophomore wide receivers in there more. And I've been saying that for the longest. I think we need to get Peyton, Scott. We need to get Respo in there. We need to see what them boys can do. I've been saying it, and that'll open up that tight end even more.
Yeah, that's what Nick said too. We need to use our tight ends more.
Yeah, but our wide receivers got to create some. Our wide receivers have to create some separation, and then also the ball got to be there for the tight end and the wide receiver.
Now, like Cowboy said, Will Mallory will have a big game because UVA they linebackers is suspect, terrible, trash. If you
just call it what it is. It's freaking horrible. It's horrible, man. It's trash.
Now, speaking of linebackers, Blake says he's gonna be rotating a lot of linebackers. So it's not put out there on the depth chart like with the wide receiver that everything is open, but keep it in mind that the linebacking position for Miami is also open. A lot of those guys, a lot of you guys want to see Avery Huff. You want to see Austin Crave, all those guys. It's open. It's open. Now, they've been saying why we haven't been seeing so much of Avery Huff is because he don't know the ins and out of the defense. He don't know the play calls and, the signals and stuff like that. But he's been learning and he's been developing. So we might start seeing more of those guys. And, a lot of you guys are talking about, what's his name? Sam Brooks and all those guys and Zach McLeod and, saying that you guys are not really impressed. Well, it's time for some other guys to step up and the opportunity is there. What you think about our linebacking play so far? What's going on, Jordan?
Jordan. You know what? Let me address Pope and these Florida State fans first. I want to do this first. I want to tell y'all had a heck of a game against North Carolina. I give you that. And me and Pope talked about this. Cause he said as long as they got Blackman in, they ain't gonna win no game. And he damn sure right. But when they got Travis in and they got the younger players in, they start winning. But don't let y'all company get too cocky. Cause I'm telling you, you could be knocked back off again and hurt your pride. I want y'all to be I want Florida State to be their best. So when we be our best, we can whoop their ass and we really got something to brag about. Right now, they in that process of going up, just like we are. So to keep it going, Florida State. Don't get too cocky though.
Now, did you see that suspect move by the North Carolina player on Travis?
So what now?
Did you see that suspect move that was done on Florida State quarterback by North Carolina?
Oh, yeah, you know how some North Carolina folks get down, but you know that's how they do. You know, they're like Clemson when that boy, they're like when Clemson had that linebacker or that defensive lineman that grabbed that dude neck on the pound. I still remember all that. It'd be a lot of suspect folks from Clemson. I mean, Carolina now. I'm just saying, like Atlanta, like Atlanta, alphabet boy. Well, we ain't gonna get into that. But I would tell you like this. What? I had to tell you something, TC.
Hold on. This is a pause moment, y'all. This is a very pause moment, but I'm gonna show y'all what they did. This is a pause moment. Now, if this would have happened in Miami, I think it would have been a fight on that field.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It would have been a fight on that field. We wouldn't allow that. He literally just raped y'all quarterback. That's just terrible, man. That only Florida State will allow that. They'll fight everything, but they won't fight being disrespected. That was just terrible, man.
So I said, you won one game, don't let it get to your head, boy.
Man, I give Florida State credit where it's due. They've been turning it around a little bit. North Carolina, to me, is overrated, but we'll see. We play them, so we'll find out. Now, the black jerseys. A lot of people say we saving the black jerseys for North Carolina. I hope we saving it for somebody at least. I want to see the jerseys at least one time this season.
ACC championship. If we make it there, I don't know.
Nah, I want to see it before that.
I don't know. I mean, what other tough game we got left? For real,
we played five so far?
Yeah.
So we got 6 games left? 6 games. We play 11 total this season.
Hey, Illinois, you funny, dog. You funny.
He said quarterback act like he liked that position.
Uncle Lou?
God. Uncle Lou, what's going on, man? Okay, so the other night I went over to Uncle Lou channel and I decided to do a little trolling. And he got his call-in show. So I called in and I started talking my Georgia Bulldog trash. What was I saying? They should call up Herschel Walker and start him because this is Corona season and he'll probably get a pass to play. And then they should call up Mark Ricks and have him call the plays for Georgia. And man, Lou ripped me one, man. Lou wouldn't even let me get nothing out, man. He went on a rampage on Miami. And I was like, dang. When I got off the phone, I was like, dang. All I wanted to say was y'all should start the Alabama punter as y'all new quarterback. Because I knew he threw a touchdown on Georgia.
He said, why is there no pine cone emoji?
Man, Lou the man. Y'all go bother Lou every now and then. Lou the man. Lou's an inspiration of mine, and I don't say that too often.
King of trolling.
But Virginia, what are you expecting from? I'm sorry. What are you expecting from Virginia?
There's no Bryce Perkins. There's no decent defense for real. So I'm not really expecting too much, but at the same time, I can't overlook no team still. We still lost to FIU and all that stuff. We still just making a bounce back. So I'm just gonna take it one game at a time. But I think we should win this game though.
Oh man, y'all don't mind the noise. The kids just got home. Taz Haitian Kane, what's going on with you, boss? Yes, sir. Mary, what's going on? How you doing? CJ, talk to him for a second. Let me get the kids quiet down.
I'm going to go in the chat room. All right, so look, Taz, how y'all doing? Family, everyone, hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all please hit the like button. Lenore says, TTY, CJ, how do you guys think our O-line would do this game? Well, we should have a pretty decent game, really, to be honest with you. I don't think they did that bad last game, but, you know, every week needs to be better. But at the same time, I don't think they'll do that bad. The O-line won't do that bad. They didn't do that bad to me recently, so that'll be all right. What Uncle Lou said that Alabama punter didn't throw no touchdown against us. You think it was Clemson punter against Georgia Tech?
No, I was trolling when I said that.
Oh.
But I think like North Carolina, I think they're not North Carolina. I'm sorry. I think Virginia, their biggest issue is going to be their quarterback. What's going on, Judge Judo?
What's up, Judge?
Now, I think Virginia's biggest threat though is themselves because they don't have a quarterback at the moment. They've been juggling 3 quarterbacks right now. Their main quarterback got a concussion, so that's already an advantage for Miami. Not that we need any, but you know, going into this game, I think Virginia offense is going to look terrible, to be honest.
Yeah, I ain't too much worried about that. I think we'll get a lot of players on the field this game. Put it like that.
Yeah, but linebacker wise for Miami, what you expecting?
Is it a linebacker?
Yeah.
Hopefully they get they sense together, put Brooks in, start Brooks, and start what's called instead of putting McLeod in. I mean, that's just common sense right now. Lenore said we need interceptions to start right now. This game, yeah, we'll get those. We'll definitely get those this game. We'll get that.
Yeah,
I got my yak and mouth. Oh, okay. Jordan, you said Florida State 24 against Louisville 3. Dang. You think y'all gonna win that? Louisville had played close to Notre Dame. I don't know. I hope y'all do. That'll help us out even more. Maiden Day said, I would love to see a defensive touchdown. Feel like it's been so long. Yeah, you ain't lying. It's been a long ass time since we had a pick 6 or something. Jordan said 56. Miami and Virginia 21. That's kind of score I was thinking myself. Cowboy K, UVA has good receivers, but no quarterback. Point intended. That's what I said myself. That's why I said we should handle their ass. Taz, check y'all cash out, family. Oh shit. hey, T2Y, Taz said check cash out, bro.
Yeah, I'm checking that right now.
Appreciate that $5 donation, bro.
Thank you for that, Taz. Appreciate that, boss. Let me put that. That's a touchdown for the channel right there, man. Thank you, boss. Really appreciate that.
You froze up a second, bro. The Norris, I believe we need to do what Clemson did to us, part 7 in the box. Put 7 in the box and go at them. Oh, that sounds good to me. I like that. I like that thought. I love blitz. Man-to-man blitz. I love that.
What you thinking? 3 down line like Clemson?
He said we need to do what Clemson did to us. Put 7 in the box and go at them. All out blitz with man-to-man on DB and say that sounds like a good plan with no quarterback. I'm just saying. Taz said loyalty. Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, Taz, man. Appreciate that, boss. Taz always come through.
All the time.
We got a 52-14.
That's more of my prediction. That's more of my prediction right there. That's what I'm talking about.
He said, agreed. Load up the box.
Load it up. Let's see what the quarterback can throw or not.
Patriot Nation talk. What's going on with you, man? So,
you out, Jordan?
So I gotta admit, man, without Virginia having like their key quarterback, the game doesn't feel like it's going to be as hype as, I feel like it's just going to be a one-sided game. I think Miami's just going to go out there and handle them.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna
my
send
main
all
thing,
out.
anxiety. Yeah, my main anxiety is I want to see who's starting at wide receivers. Because, like I said, the competition is out there. I want to see who stepped up. Now, even if they didn't change the starters, I still want to see who put in that work.
Big Brock said the quarterback
be
can run though.
on the list.
Yes,
Since our defense is playing great and our offense.
But I've been told y'all Florida State defense was good.
That's our FSU. Hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying Florida State defense was good, but they just needed a quarterback. They gave up on Blackman. I've been saying that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tampa Bay Nation. We can't overlook Virginia. But given the situation that Virginia's in, I do see Miami coming out with this victory. But like I've been preaching all season, don't sleep on nobody. But it's just a gut feeling that Miami's gonna take this game from the beginning.
Hey, did you pay attention to Florida State though when they ran out play in their game?
Which play?
When the quarterback act like he running and go like this, and then throw it down to the open tight end or running back wide receiver. You see that?
Hey man, you gotta
they stole our play, bro. Florida State stole our play. I had to bring up to
Mike Norvell when he was at Memphis. He studied on, so he probably seen some of those things and say, you know what, it worked for Miami. Let us try to use some of these plays and see if it'll work for us, and it worked for them. Copycat, but hey, it is what it is. If it's working, then adapt it to your playbook. Reed Lashley, he got that influence on him already.
Oh, I did not know that, Judge. I didn't know that, Judge. I didn't know that. I didn't even pay attention to that shit, but that's a good ass point.
Yeah. What's the next team we play? After Virginia. I forgot who we play next. Hold on, let me check who we play next. Talk to the chat, bro.
Oh, I'm looking it up too. All right, let me check the comment section. What y'all got for me? What you got for me, big dog? What y'all got? All right. Lenora said, I'm not overlooking Virginia. I just know the talent on the University of Miami team. Yeah, that's very facts. Henry Lee, this nigga, young, dumbass Tebow started that. Yeah, you right. You right, Henry. Damn sure right when it was in that red zone. I remember that shit. Judge, NC State quarterback hurt too. Yeah, NC State. That's one of them. Damn sure yeah. Terrell said NC State. That's one of the other teams. Jordan said I could see Miami losing to Virginia Tech or North Carolina in a shocker. Virginia Tech, no. Fuck no, not Virginia Tech. North Carolina. If y'all could beat North Carolina and we blew y'all ass out, what make you think we're going to lose to North Carolina? I'm just saying. I just want to know. All right. Tampa Bay Nation, NC State. Yeah. VT said Henry Lee, that was a jump pass that looked awful. Damn sure right. That was a badass alley-oop. That was a badass alley-oop.
I seen number 91, Robert Cooper for Florida State. I see him went at UFC fighting on one dude that tried to go for his knees. And you mean to tell me after he almost beat that man down like a...
Where he froze up.
Y'all, come on, man. What is going on in Florida State?
Bro, he froze up again.
Went back there and be raping their quarterback, and they didn't do nothing about it. Tragic. Hurricane Chris, what's going on, boss? How you doing?
Been a while since I've been. What's up, Hurricane Chris?
Yeah, Chris said he going to the game. I was planning on going, but I ain't gonna be able to make it this time. Yeah, not this time around. I was trying to get tickets to the Pitt game, the one that was at 12, but the ticket situation nowadays it's crazy. I think when you try to find one ticket by yourself, it's hard to even get any good seats. And if you try to find some good seats, then you got to buy like 2, 3, maybe even 4 tickets at a time. So I'm gonna have to, stay home and watch this one on the TV with you guys. Hang out with Coach Coop.
Hey, you know what, Tampa Bay? I agree. Because history has shown itself, even though everybody keep on saying we lost to the number 1 ranked team. But I agree, too. We are doing the same shit, losing every damn week so far, even though just one.
I froze a little bit. CJ, we should move our linebackers around like they're going blitz and then back off, put some swag on that defense, man. Yeah. Yeah, like I said,
Am I froze?
linebackers, when those other guys learn the playbook, Avery Huff, Austin Cove, and all those guys, a lot of them going to be getting rotated in. So eventually, we'll have our 2 guys that we know, hey, these 2 are going to come out and start. These 2, they the man. But right now, everybody's being rotated in until they could, pinpoint the 2 that's all right. That's the best 2 we got. Everybody all week is competition week. I'm just waiting to see the wide receiving competition. I'm waiting to see if anybody still on, D. Wiggins, Mike Harley, and Mark Pope. I'm waiting to see when they line up on that field on offense, if there's a number 7 in the, Xavier Restrepo, is there Michael Redden in there? Is there even Marshall Few? Who knows? It's gonna be crazy, man. We got a $10 donation from Maiden Day 305. This the game King will be throwing darts, and the receivers will be catching deep balls. T2Y, keep up the content. I see you hustling. Hey, thank you, boss. I really appreciate that, man. That's a touchdown for the channel.
Yep.
Nah, I'm a Hurricane, so we don't run from competition. I was kind of hoping that Virginia quarterback was not hurt and everything like that. So it's tough, but hey, as long as Miami go out there get the win, I'm okay. As long as we go out there and get the win, I'm okay. Nah, I don't. What I don't want to see is sloppy play from the wide receivers. I don't want the offensive line to break down, because I watched the breakdown film with Wholesome One, and I seen some of those offensive line basically miss their assignments, and Derek King got blew up pretty quick. So hopefully they address that in practice this week. Now, yesterday, Footballville, Streeter.
Yeah.
He was live, and basically he was live while they was doing the press conference. So he was asking the chat, what questions to ask, because when it comes to his turn, he asks a question. If you watch those press conferences, they go around the room and ask questions.
Yeah.
And a lot of good questions was being asked. Now, I want to see what they done this week to improve the O-line. That's going to be my main thing. When I watch the game, I'm going to be focusing on that O-line and see if everybody, running their assignment, giving Derek King some life back there.
Hey, Lenore said he don't give a damn. They quarterback not playing. Next guy up. I feel you. It ain't our fault they had a fucked up quarterback
What's
situation.
going on with you, NYC Kane?
They ain't care about our fucked up quarterback situation the past some years or nothing. Why should we care?
Okay, I know there's a lot of Miami Hurricane fans, that's Dolphins fans.
Yo.
So Toa is gonna be starting for the Dolphins. Hopefully, he do some good things down there for the Dolphins, man.
Now I gotta talk about this for a second, because the Dolphins are one of the teams I like to watch, besides Tampa Bay and the Baltimore Falcons. I still kind of feel like they should have got Justin Hubert because of the fact that Justin Hubert was an injury prone like Toll in college. So I just felt that's the only thing I have a different with. But hey, hopefully Toll don't get injured. That's all I can say. If Toll don't get injured, got a hell of a quarterback. That's all I gotta say.
And Lenore's think that Pitt's gonna knock off Notre Dame. I hope so.
I can see that. I
hope so. Now, see what I'm thinking with the ACC championship game, because maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. But if Miami win out, if let's say Pitt do knock off Notre Dame tomorrow,
yeah,
I think not tomorrow, Saturday. I think that Clemson gonna knock them off too.
Oh yeah,
that'll give Notre Dame the 2 loss.
Yeah, that's they're on with.
So if Notre Dame up for the loss with Clemson, then we'll be in a 3-way tie. Well, not a 3-way tie. We'll just be tied with Notre Dame. Because everybody else that's on that list that, could possibly make a run, Miami plays them. As long as Miami wins, then we'll be going to the ACC championship for the rematch with Clemson. But in order for that to happen, for us to go outright, we need Notre Dame to take a loss.
Hold on, let me I gotta address this. NYCK, I'm not saying Tua ain't gonna be good. What I'm saying is that he been injured a lot through his career in college and stuff. Yeah, I know he's gonna be good. Well, I just hope he don't get injured. You get the injury prone shit going in pros. That's all I'm saying. And Justin Hubert was the one I wanted to come to the Dolphins because I see the potential already. But yeah, Tua gonna be good. I ain't saying he ain't.
Now, I didn't get any info on Jordan, Reverend Jordan. So right at this moment, I'm not sure if he's going to be playing. But if he's not playing, then we know we should be good with Mallory. Mallory is, is just as dynamic as He's just as dynamic as Reverend Jordan. Now, I think Reverend Jordan is a slight step ahead of him, though. Yeah. I'm gonna put that in the chat for you, Canes for Life. TJ, you could also put your Cash App in the chat. If anybody want to donate to CJ, he'll put his Cash App in the chat.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question. So, does Michael Irvin Jr. or second or third, whatever the hell he was last name, do you think he would have came in to play? He would have been a major part in the depth for tight ends if he didn't transfer?
He was when he transferred, he was at third string. So with Mallory, with Reverend Jordan, I think he would have got some snaps. Right now, Larry Hodges is gonna take some snaps. But mainly if Reverend Jordan's not playing, then Mallory's gonna get most of the snaps, but you might see some Larry Hodges in there too.
Yeah.
But I think if Michael
Irvin
was still there, he would have got some snaps too.
Yeah.
He'd been able to see, if he had what he got,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that bootleg Hurricane Chris. I know he's good now. I'm just saying, hopefully he don't take an injury, like get hit where it re-injured that shit because it's known for that. But yeah, I hope he do well. He did some very good passing on that one drive he had out of the end zone, and he threw a dart down that thing, man. I ain't never questioned his play. I'm just talking about the injury situation. That's all I'm talking about.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that if he play? I'd love to see a single formation out there with the tight ends. Can you imagine playing putting 3 tight ends in on one play?
Yeah, I don't see it done. You know the Patriots used to do that shit with Hernandez, Gronkowski, and who the other guy was. It was 3 tight ends they had. They did it.
That'll be kind of crazy to see, man.
But think about it. That'll help that.
I've never seen it done at Miami, so.
Oh no, they ain't seen it in Miami.
I think that would be hard to stop. That'll be hard to stop right there. I know Brevin can get it done. I know Mallory can get it done. The other guys, I think if they studying with Brevin Jordan and Mallory, I think they should be fine too. Now, running game. It seems like the past couple games that the running game has been non-existent.
Yeah.
that way. Now, when we played against Pitt,
I don't want to hear it.
how many yards did you say?
I don't want to hear it, Skip. Skip, I
How
don't want to
many
hear
yards
it.
did you say that Cameron Harris?
I don't want to hear it, Skip.
Hey, how many yards did CJ say Cameron Harris is gonna have in that game, man?
I don't want to hear it, Skip.
You should say 200. Man, I told you the defense from Pitt, they known for stopping the run. Now you got to give Miami credit where it's due. Miami put up double the amount that they've been allowing. They allowed like 53 yards. Miami put up 109 on them. So that just goes to show you. You know,
Let me tell y'all
some
something.
of those teams that these guys been putting up yards on and, you know, been shutting down, they're not the same caliber team as Miami right now. Miami got talent, and Miami is actually showing it right now.
Let me tell you something.
We're not playing down the competition.
We had Zion Nelson in that game. I did not know he was starting. Now I can't get his 200 yards. I'll tell you right now. And he's not 100% either. I'm going to be realistic. Cam's not 100%. Neither is Chaney. Okay, you want to call it like it is. Cam's not 100%. He still got an ankle irritation. And Chaney's shoulders fucked up. So, I mean,
Curveball said, I'm not being hard on our offense yet. Some of our coaching staffs has only, been here for 6 months. COVID cut practice. Yes. So, you know, the offense, we came out strong in the first 3 games. Then dive a little bit the last 2 games, but the offense is still putting up points. The offense is still getting it done. Now, the Pitt game didn't start off so well for us in third down situations because I think at one point we was like 1 for 13 on third down. So we gotta keep in mind that some of these teams that they're talking about offense, defense, but our offense is still gonna stand. And a lot of people keep forgetting when they talk about these other guys' defense. Miami got a defense too. They keep forgetting that, hey, they might have a strong defense. They might stop us offensively here. Defense been standing up. Our defense been standing up when our offense been struggling. So, you know, shout out to Bubba Bolden. Bubba Bolden right now, I think for Miami, he's defensive player of the year.
That's a strong bold statement.
What's going on with you, Yellow? How you doing, man?
That's strong. What's up, Yellow? And Miami boy, I forgot what's up, Miami boy. That's a strong statement to say Bubba Bolden is the defensive player of the year for us. Very strong statement.
What's going on with your Hurricane Millie?
Because I Millie Rock, not Millie Rock. But yeah, that's a strong statement. But I agree. I definitely agree. Bubba Bolden been putting in that work.
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard tonight, but they acting funny.
Who playing the nickel for the third man? Ooh.
Who you got?
Woo. Roll the dice. How about that? Roll the dice.
Yes, we're second best defense. I'm guessing he meant to say in the ACC. Yeah, man. Now ESPN has ranked the teams in the ACC. They got number 1 being Clemson. We knew that. Number 2, Notre Dame. I think we better than Notre Dame. And number 3 is Virginia Tech. I think we better than both Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. But you know how this thing go with ESPN. They're not too high on us until we actually prove them wrong. So we're just gonna continue to go out there game by game, you know, play it like it is, you know, game by game, one at a time, beat them, show them. But it is what it is. Right now, they still thinking that Virginia is better than us. They still got us 50-50 with North Carolina. So Miami just got to go out there and beat these guys because we played the teams, except for Notre Dame, we played the teams that they putting ahead of us.
Hurricane Chris said we still got Rooster. Yeah, that's one. That's one formality. We need Burns to really play more too.
All right, so running back wise, like I was saying, this time around, what you expecting from Cameron Harris?
Hell, nothing, because not really. I can't say 200 yards now. His ankle still messed up. So all I have to give
Expect
Cam.
from him.
I have to give Cam by like 40 yards now, yo, because his ankle still messed up. In this game, I say he probably get 100, maybe, but more likely, Burns and what's called gonna get the carry. Burns and Rooster gonna get the carries, man. If Chaney show that injury no more, I say Chaney, Rooster, and Burns gonna get most of the carries. Just because they know Cam.
$3 donation from Yellow. Hey, thank you, Yellow. Appreciate that, boss.
No touchdown.
That's a touchdown for the channel. Yes, sir. Thank you, boss. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah, he said he's not worried about Virginia. Like I said, I'm not really worried about them too. Not sleeping on them, but I'm not worried about them either. They whole quarterback situation, rotating 3 guys, it kind of you ain't gonna get nothing going. You ain't gonna have that one guy develop. I mean, it's hard to take Virginia serious at this moment. It's hard to take them serious.
I'm pull like this. I saw who that was, Curveball, and I think it was Miami Boy said we got to really worry about Virginia Tech and North Carolina. I'm gonna say about Virginia Tech. The reason why we lost Virginia Tech last season is because Baker didn't understand fucking play action boot from the right to the left. He kept throwing to the same tight end. Now that he look like he can make adjustments, I don't think the same scenario gonna come out the same way this season. Just being honest, he look like he know how to do adjustments.
VT say ESPN, the refs, the media, the whole country hate Miami. That's what makes us different. Exactly.
Facts.
You don't become America's favorite team by not being different. Miami has set the tone since the 80s. They showed them, they showed the world, hey, we Americans. We Americans. That's what we do. We talk our talk and we go out there and we prove it in front of you. That's the kind of attitude that, the rest of the country, the rest of the teams in college football, they can't do it. They can't do it. They don't have it in them. So they're going to hate us regardless. The media, all of them. You name it. We got fan bases that hate us for no reason. I mean, they talk about the Canes more than they talk about their own teams. So it is what it is. But focus on Virginia, man. Cameron Harris, what you expecting from him, man? How many yards?
He's trying to be funny.
How many yards you trying to get out of Cameron Harris this time around?
He's going to get 80 yards.
80. I agree with you on that.
80 yards.
I think he could pull off 80.
Now, if he was 100%, he get 200. Hands down. Hands down. No discussion.
Nah. I'm thinking about the same. I'm going around 80 with you because I think Don Chaney or Jalen Knight, they're gonna have a big game.
Yeah, this is big game.
They got a lot to prove this week. I think they got more to prove than actual Cameron Harris. Because they haven't, especially Jalen Knight. I think how many yards did he have against Clemson and against Pitt? I think he gonna come out firing this time around.
You got no choice. They got a sorry ass defense. Hey, don't skip over that last comment, Lenore. Hey, don't skip over that last. Oh, my bad. Don't skip over that last comment. Go back over that way. Don't skip over that last comment Lenore said about King either. Go back to that one. Yeah.
He said, I hope he'll be on point throwing the deep passes for a touchdown.
Where you at, King? Where you at, King?
What you think about that?
First of all, I want to say this. I'm glad somebody said something about this King situation because I hate when they sit there and get Perry hell and then they don't say shit about King. I want to say this. The wide receivers that we had I've been told y'all, Butterfingers, and they had no fight. I told you that. Look at anything T2I did. I've said it before. And now that we got the other wide receiver to come in, okay, they're gonna fight for the ball. But King gotta put that son of a bitch on the money. Got to.
Nah, Henry Lee, he a Florida State fan. Henry Lee say, green guy, you seriously talk about FSU more than FSU media. I talk about FSU because they always in the media.
Hold on, wait.
Every time you turn around, FSU is in the media for all the wrong reasons. Whether it's their players transferring, whether they snitching on their coaches, you name it.
I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't Henry Lee the same guy that betted you $100 about
Hey man,
I'm like,
you know dang well Henry Lee ain't giving me no damn $100, man.
What he said, Western Union? Ain't that what he said?
Man, Henry Lee ain't gonna give me no $100, man. Hey Henry, if you listening, man, I am not waiting on that $100.
He got low when we beat the hell out of Florida State too that night.
You said, can we have Gator receivers? Man, I don't want nothing the Gators have, to be honest with you.
No, nothing.
I don't want nothing the Gators have.
They can have our leftover. You see Lingard went over there.
Now, Yella said Virginia gives up a lot of big plays. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it in Clemson. We saw it in Wake Forest. Yeah, Virginia defense is total suspect. So our offense, even if our offense don't have the greatest night, I think we'll hit them with a couple big plays. Those, and you know them big plays, them one pass touchdowns and stuff like that, that kills a lot of momentum for the other team. So I think Miami's gonna get a couple of those going, especially with our tight end. And I noticed too, in almost all these games, we always get the tight end across the middle. And they always
no. Oh, my bad. No, I'm looking at what Hurricane Chris said. He talking about some, do we think Scary Terry going to be transferred to the U? We don't want that sorry shit. We don't want him over here.
Nah, we don't want nothing from Florida State.
Nothing.
Keep him.
We don't want that. We might well keep Tate Martell, make him a wide receiver. We're going to do that.
He said FSU fans been feeling themselves after that upset last.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, play that video.
Let me talk about this for a little bit. Now, if you watch the ending of that game, there's a key play where Dent was pulling on that guy's jersey. No call was made. Now, if they call that, that's a first down for North Carolina. They in the red zone. They could have tied the game, or they could have possibly, got a touchdown to win the game. So let's not forget that. Now, a lot of Florida State fans have been saying, there was late hits on North Carolina. They weren't calling and other things like that. But let's not forget, the refs plain out missed that one. The dude literally was pulling his jersey the whole play. He had him beat. He said, I said Western Union. He said, no. Oh, man. In order for you to Western Union me, I'd have to give you my address. I ain't giving up my address, boss. No, but Henry, the $100, man, don't worry about it, boss. No loss over here or whatever, It's all good, man. Just keep that, bro. Just keep that, man.
This game, I hope Miami offensive line open up holes and push up the field and pick up linebackers and block them too.
Hurricane Miller said Henry came alive after the North Carolina.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Because I ain't seen him since that. I ain't seen him since what it, that was Florida State calling. He said they're gonna lose another game. What you said?
Oh man, he say Lingard damn near 6th string running back. Yeah. See, if Lingard would have stuck around, Lingard would have been getting some play time right now.
Exactly.
I think it would have been Cameron starting, Lingard, second, and then Jalen and Don Chaney, they would have been, rotating in three and floor. But Lingard decided, hey, he can't wait. He want to go. Good. See you. Sayonara. It is what it is. Wish you the best. Now you see competition everywhere. You can't run from it. That's what Cameron Harris said during when Lingard decided to transfer. Hey, man, competition. We don't run from that. It is what it is. And that's what Ed Reed was saying, and that's what he was trying to input into these guys. Hey, it's competition. Competition.
Hey, here, Lee, you gotta worry about my haircut, partner. I'm gonna get a haircut regardless.
T2Y and TJ, this game, I hope Miami O-line open up holes and push. Yeah, I think our O-line, hopefully, the message got to them during the week, because last game they they left Derrick King out there to dry. I ain't gonna lie, they left them dry out there.
All right, you can say, hey, Lee, you can say that in my Cash App if you got one. You can say that 120 in my Cash App if you got one.
This is, oh man. He said, I'm gonna say that just so you can get a haircut. Oh my God. Yeah. He said, "Dead talking, yeah, getting sus." Now, well, since Henry Lee is in here, we talking a little Florida State. Now, a lot of Florida State fans been talking very high on their new quarterback since they benched Blackman. They've been talking about Travis. If we would have started Travis against Miami, the score would have been different. Maybe we win that game. Get the hell out of here, bro. We would have still beat the brakes off Florida State.
I think it would have been easier for us to game plan, because we know he's gonna run a lot more than he throws. It just would have made it easier.
Man, Florida State, man, look, y'all took the 52-10. Keep it moving. It is what it is. Y'all took the loss. Keep it moving. We don't have time machines. If that's the case, we would have went back and played Clemson again. But keep it moving with that.
Oh, he said Curveball said Travis was in the game against us.
He came in for like 4 plays.
And then he got shut the hell down.
Ran the ball a couple of times, and then he threw a pass that went nowhere. He threw an interception to Jalen Phillip, and they yanked him out again. I know. I was like, I know Jalen Phillip was going. I know he was going to get the turnover chain. I didn't thought it was going to be on an interception from a Florida State quarterback. I thought it would have been a fumble or something like that. But an interception, hey, we'll take it. Thank you. What's his name? Jordan Travis.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan Travis.
Jordan Travis. Hey, I don't know. Both first names. So.
What am I predicting for the Louisville and Florida State? I actually think Florida State gonna beat them. I actually think that's gonna be a close game, but I actually think Florida State gonna beat them.
I don't know. Louisville kept a close game with Notre Dame, so I don't know. We got blown out. By Georgia Tech, so I don't know.
Hey man, I can't tell you if we're gonna take 7 straight, Henry Lee. But if y'all keep playing the way y'all do, we might take 10. Y'all keep acting the way y'all acting up there in Tallahassee, man. Y'all, first off, y'all lost the game to Miami, and that weekend y'all went back home and y'all were partying. Y'all were throwing block parties, man. Come on. They had to literally send helicopters out to Tallahassee to break up block parties. Like, did we beat them that bad to the point where they got confused on what the score was? Maybe they thought it was Florida State 52, Miami 10, so they were partying in Tallahassee. I think that's what happened. But 7 straight, congratulations to Florida State. It is what it is. We ain't got no time machine. We can't take that back. Y'all got 7 straight. We got 4 straight right now. We working on getting up there. It is what it is. Now 7 straight, y'all won, but y'all still ain't winning in the overall. Y'all won 7 straight, and y'all still ain't winning in the overall. It is what it is. Miami owns every single team in the state of Florida. We just gonna say that. Own them. I mean, first, I think the second best team when it comes down to overall in the state of Florida, it's not even Florida State. It's Florida. Florida outright owns Florida State. Championship. Come on, man. Why are we even talking about Florida State in Virginia week?
Because Florida State got so happy because they beat the fifth ranked team.
Lenore said Florida State is not going to beat those guys. I don't know. I think Louisville has went downhill since the beginning of the season. After we played them, they just went straight downhill.
Yeah.
They ain't been producing nothing offensively. I mean, the game they play with who did they play Notre Dame, right? Wasn't the score like 12 to 7 or something?
Yeah.
They couldn't put up no points. It's like the offense that everybody been raving about, it went downhill. Now I give it to Florida State. They've been picking up some steam lately. I mean, they beat that Power 5 team, Jacksonville State. And then they got a key win against North Carolina. North Carolina right now is the highlight of their season.
That's it.
And that's last week. So let's see what they do this week. I honestly think they beat Louisville in a close game.
Hey, go to Robert Reed comment. I feel that way. Drop the mic.
He said Louisville receivers not going to drop the ball like, hey, we'll see, man.
All right, go Robert Reed. Robert Reed said FSU trying to lay in the cut and see if Dion pan out in JSU so they can bring him, hopefully. Can you say 40-30 before they win again? They wait on Dion, man. I'm telling you. They wait on Dion.
You say great minds think alike. 5 rings. 5 rings, man. 5 rings. Henry Lee. Florida State ain't got no shirts like these. They ain't got no shirts like these. They can't put no rings on those shirts. They got to stop right in the middle. 5 rings, baby. And really gonna make me mess around and go put on my rings too.
Can Gang 229, what's happening?
You say we beating. Like I said, Hurricane Chris, we beating every single team in the state of Florida right now. Nobody in the state of Florida has a winning record against Miami. Nobody. Not one. Not one team. Kane Gang, what's going on with you, boss?
You know, I want to talk about the Dion stuff because I see a lot of people talking about the Dion JSU stuff, man. You know, he got three top 10, 3 5-star, or 1 4-star, 1 5-star, and 1 4-star. Or they all 4 5-star.
Dion is not at Jacksonville State. He's at Jackson
State. Yeah,
Mississippi. BT's at Jacksonville State. No, Jacksonville State is a total different team.
Jacksonville State in Alabama. Jackson State is in Mississippi.
All right, you say bold prediction for Miami. Right now, it's too early. It's too early. Yeah, I've seen a bold prediction where they say Miami plays Auburn, but it's too early. It's too early. Once they the Big Ten hasn't even started playing yet. They play this weekend, and then the Pac-12 gonna come in almost a month later. So right now it's too early to be trying to figure out who's gonna play in bowl games. If you try to do that right now, you're just gonna give yourself a headache.
Pretty much. Dion gonna come back. Dion gonna schedule Florida State on his schedule one season right there.
Hurricane Miller says Henry owe interest, dog. He got to pay up. Oh my God. Oh man. Hey, it is what it is, man. He said Dion is not going to Florida State.
He going to Florida State when that state play. Right. How long is Florida State head coach contract now?
I think didn't they give him like Norvell 5 years?
5 years.
What was it for?
And how long Deion Sanders' contract with Jackson State is?
I'm not sure. You know what? It's like Buddy said, man. Let's get back to Virginia. Henry Lee came in here and threw us a curveball. Let's get back to Virginia. What's your honest score prediction on this game?
It should be in the 50s. Period.
Close that door.
It should be in the 50s, no question to ask. But Manny is known for taking his foot off the damn gas, so it's gonna be like 40 something, maybe 30.
So no. So how much you think Virginia gonna score?
I ain't gonna cancel them out like that, but I say 14 at the most. 14 at the most. I ain't gonna disrespect them like that. 14.
14. I mean, I'll give them 14. I ain't gonna give them 20, 21
No.
like they've been averaging so far throughout the season. Because, like I said, there's no quarterback. Their situation right now at quarterback it's just like Georgia, basically.
Hey, where AR10 at, man?
I don't know.
Cause I just saw Yellow say 265 Georgia. Let's get it.
Said Georgia, let's get it. What's going on with
Oh,
Georgia?
you might be talking about the bowl game. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, I wouldn't mind playing Georgia in the bowl game, but I would hope it's a playoff game. I would hope so. I mean, we haven't played Georgia since 1966.
Yeah.
Georgia haven't really been on our radar. The best time to have played Georgia was when Mark Richt was coaching. If he would have, took Miami to the playoffs, probably ran into Georgia and beat Georgia, that would have been a storyline. But we don't really see Georgia like that. Georgia, the whole Georgia talk is just a YouTube thing. Other than that, outside of YouTube, nobody in Miami really thinks about Georgia.
No. Georgia Tech is enough.
Lenore said he gonna change his score to 20. He went for before he had it at 38. He gonna go up.
Where you gonna go out, Lenore?
Like he said, man, Virginia don't have a quarterback. It's
No,
like
I'm talking about 20. I'm saying why he gonna go? Why he giving them 20? Why he giving Virginia 20?
I agree with him on the 20 because that's what they've been averaging. But
Really?
yeah, I mean, if they do end up getting 20, I think they get some garbage time points.
Oh yeah, I go 22 then. I go 20. I go 27.
If we go to blowing them out, we're gonna start, switching in, second string, third string, and so forth. So they might get some garbage time point, get a field goal or two here and there. What's going on with you, mommy boy?
What up with you? Got that cane fade mask on. I see you.
He said he been enjoying it. They haven't done nothing since Herschel Walker. Yeah, man. Georgia, like I said, Georgia
ain't lying. I live in Georgia too. They ain't did shit since Herschel Walker.
All right, so Miami versus Virginia. Jalen Knight, Don Chaney. Combined yardage.
200.
Oh my God, CJ. What is up with the 200, man? I like Jalen and I like Don Chaney, but they ain't putting up no 200 together, man. Come on.
Talking about 200? You talking 200 rushing yards or just rushing and receiving yards?
Both of them combined. Rushing only.
Rushing and receiving. You talking rushing and receiving?
Nah, not receiving, just rushing yards.
125 yards.
Okay, so you estimating about around 65-ish for both.
Yeah, about 100-some yards. Now, if you're doing receiving and rushing, I'm gonna say 200 yards.
I don't know, man. Red, I think a Florida State guy probably messing with my internet service.
They work everywhere like that.
I think they probably caught a hold of the string. Oh, he talking about Florida State. Let's go mess up his Wi-Fi real quick.
Hey, VT, I feel you on that one. Herschel Walker something serious. I think he took too many shots to the head when he was trucking folks.
Robert says 140 rushing, 80 receiving. That's combined for Don Chaney and Jalen.
I think it's gonna be more than that, receiving and rushing wise. It's gonna be 200.
Like I said, I don't see 200. I'm
gonna tell you the total yards we're gonna have as the offense against Virginia. 400.
Rushing wise, combined the both of them, I give them probably about 100 between the two.
We're gonna have a total of 400 yards offense.
Because you got to think about it. Cameron's gonna run, and De'Aaron King's gonna run too. So I'm giving him about 100. Now, receiving wise, this is gonna be the tough question. Who you think is gonna start?
Scott, Redden, Peyton, and Respo. That's it.
Who is Scott?
What's that? Keyshawn? What's his name here?
Oh, Smith.
Yeah, Smith. My bad.
I was like, Scott. Wait, when did we get a Scott? Let me pull up the depth chart, man. What are you talking about?
I keep on forgetting it's a Smith, not a Scott. My bad. But yeah, I think them guys are gonna start, and they might throw in a Hartley or Wiggins every now and then, a Pope. They might rotate them in every now and then.
So you don't think Wiggins and those guys stepped up this week?
No.
You don't think nothing happened? You don't think
it wouldn't because if they stepped up, there would have never been no open competition again.
So yes, I was at that game last year. Nkosi was quarterback. We got a King, but I still supposed to start next. Yeah, I think Nkosi will start next year. No doubt about it. I think it's gonna be Nkosi Perry, then Tyler Van Dyke, and so forth. Now, 2021 recruiting. I spoke about it this week. Jay Garcia. I learned today that he's eligible to play in Georgia now. They transferred to a different high school in Georgia, so he's eligible to play immediately. So he can still, get some development going. Like I said, Miami's going after Jake Garcia. Now, as you guys know, USC. He's committed to USC. USC went out and offered another quarterback. So they're offering 3 quarterbacks, including Jake Garcia, for the 2021 class. Miami don't have a quarterback right now for the 2021 class. So I think for Jake Garcia, Miami is more appeasing. Miami is definitely a better choice for him.
I'm gonna tell you like this. He should have chose us. You want to go to USC, take care of USC. That's all I gotta say.
You got to look at it. Before Miami started pursuing him, he was already committed to USC.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, take care of USC.
Hold that against the kid.
But I'm just saying because I'm tired of these quarterbacks that choose another school and see just because Manny says we don't have a quarterback, which we do. And I feel to this day, to the same day, and I told you this before the season start, I feel like King really ain't no better than what the fuck we already had. And that's just me. That's my opinion. But at the same time, yes, King is excited because of all the hype, just like they hyping TVD up. But at the same time, just like they hype Tate Martell up. And you see what Tate Martell did when he got here.
So Robert said he got Jeremiah Payton, Keyshawn Smith, and Mark Pope. That's his 3 starters.
That was the rotation for last game, though.
But I'm saying they didn't start. They didn't start in this fashion that he got it set. But that's who he think. He think Jeremiah Payton gonna step up. Keyshawn Smith gonna step up.
They already stepped up, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, everybody.
You mean to take the starting spot.
Listen, y'all can think I'm like Skip or Shannon all goddamn down low. I'm telling y'all, them boys Smith, Payton, Respo, Redden, them boys been ready to play. Manny been having them boys on the sideline, but last year got them Manny ass, and so did Ed Reed on the sideline, and told him, man, we need something about this goddamn wide receiver position.
Nah, Hurricane Chris, he's pitching a shutout. Miami 35, Virginia 0. Okay, here we go. You got Peyton, Redden, Harley.
I know he's from California. And the last California quarterback we had was who? Brad Kaya. If I ain't mistaken, right?
Yeah, Brad Kaya.
Let's see how that shit panned out for. His confidence level, he broke records, but every time he got hit, the boy confidence level went down. I'm just saying.
And then Jordan, I think Pope, Harley, and Wiggins start. I'm feeling the same kind of way. I feel like this week they put a lot of pressure on them. I feel like they still gonna start. Just hope they keep that same energy that they had in practice when it comes to the game. Because right now, with the competition being like that, I feel like these guys gonna know, hey, if we don't get it done, there's people right behind us ready to do it. If we don't show that we got the skill set to get open, create cushion, catch the deep ball, or even, block, competition is right there.
What up, Dennis Wilson?
To take over.
See, let me tell y'all something. T2I be trying to be political correct. But I'm going to tell y'all exactly what the hell going on. These wide receivers start this goddamn Saturday. You know Manny fucking up because he the one want them in there. Not Red Lashley. I'm just letting y'all know that. It's a favoritism shit. It's been that shit since last season. You see how the shit played out. So if we start losing, it's because of Manny. I'm just letting you know that hands down, period. Go ahead.
You say Pope and Harley don't need to be on the field together. A lot of people have been saying both of them should be probably put into the slot position.
It don't matter where you put them at, they're gonna drop it.
Hey, like I said, I hope the competition, get them to do better. At the end of the day, I want those guys to do better. I want them to go on, to the NFL. I want them to, not strike out. You see what happened with Jeff Thomas. I don't want that to, to be the same narrative for these guys. So hopefully this week the competition, better.
Okay. Curveball, yes, Ken Dorsey was from California. But if you go back and look at his freshman year, I think he started winning that national championship until his junior year, if I ain't mistaken. His freshman sophomore year, that wasn't all that good. Okay. But if you have a quarterback coach in a system where actually developing him, then after that, we can bring in a California quarterback and have another Ken Dorsey, if not better. But since we keep on changing these damn coaches and we keep getting these bap-ass quarterback coaches and these sorry-ass shits like that, then we ain't going to be able to get a good quarterback developed. Just like ain't none of these players develop at all. A lot of these players ain't developed. So that's why we cannot win against Clemson, because Clemson develop their players. They don't get them all of them from the transfer portal like we do. They develop their players each year. That's the difference between Clemson and Miami right now. We used to develop players, not no more.
You said Irvin should have stayed. We needed a blocking tight end.
Exactly. That's why
I think if he would have stayed too this season, he would have got snaps.
A lot of snaps.
He would have got a lot of snaps because we've been rotating, man. A lot of guys been getting time. And punt return, it's official. Xavier is the guy for punt return. So, for the next upcoming games or whatever, you'll see more of Xavier Restrepo, taking the punt returns. They made it official this week. So, a lot of you guys been saying, y'all don't want Mark Pope back there because he muffing and he fumbling and stuff. So we're gonna go with Xavier. Now,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you like this too. Dennis Wilson said, I'm tired of Garcia playing these football games in and out. That's exactly why I said stop. Miami need to snatch that goddamn scholarship away, man. Snatch that shit away.
Garcia, you got to give Garcia, man. Garcia never said he was in. He never said he was in. He's doing he basically weighing his options.
Well, we need to take his option away from us because I don't know why we offer him a fucking scholarship. We got two people already that gonna be able to do the job. We just need our quarterback coach to develop them better. That's all. We don't need to be bringing in these folks. You know what I'm saying? We already got quarterbacks for this shit.
You say Mark Ricks really set us back some years. Yeah, I mean, going back and forth with different coaches each and every season at each position, then it's hard to develop guys because you got one coach coming in. I like to do it this way. I'm gonna teach you to do it that way. And then next season he's not there. Somebody else come in. No, you're not doing it that way. You're gonna do it this way. Yeah. So it's all over the place. But
orange and green blood.
But like I said, and everybody can agree, we should try to get a quarterback every single class. We should try to. You got to have depth at quarterback. Anything can happen. You don't want to be. Look at Georgia. You don't want to be put in that position to where you got quarterbacks that can't do nothing. Then you got a walk-on that came in and took their spots like it was nothing.
Okay, let me ask you this question, T2Y. So we got next season when King leaves, and I hope he does. Who do we have supposed to be taking the reins over? Perry, right?
Yeah, I got Perry taking over.
Okay, so if he gets injured or falls out, then who got after him?
Tyler Van Dyke.
Then after that, who got after that?
Right now, Mataka.
Okay, then who got after that? It's about 5. We got 5 or 6 quarterbacks on this roster. You telling me we ain't got enough quarterbacks?
Right now, really, we got Perry, we got King. We got Perry, we got Tyler Van Dyke, we got Motoka.
Yes.
And then we're not certain, but I don't think we even have Tate Martell anymore. But those are our quarterbacks.
No. Okay,
So,
but see, what I'm saying is,
so put it like this: count out Motoka, count out Tate Martell. So next season, if De'Aaron King does not come back, we got Perry and Tyler Van Dyke. The reason I say count out Motoka is because we have not seen him play.
Have we seen Van Dyke play either?
Tyler Van Dyke took snaps against was it Louisville? Was it Louisville or
It might have been a Florida State.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't Florida State.
It was one of those teams. He took some snaps, but he looked decent. Or was it? It was one of those games. I think it was UAB. But what I'm saying is, once you take out Perry and Tyler Van Dyke, we don't really have nobody that's proven. We don't really have nobody behind Motoka.
So I'm talking about
if we don't get Jake Garcia, we can at least get somebody else.
Okay, what's the possibility? I'm gonna ask you this. What's the possibility out of the scheme that we run now? That next season, I ain't talking about this season, next season, that if Perry get injured, which he was a 4 or 5 star his year that he came to Miami, right? Dual quarterback, right? So we got Van Dyke behind him. That's another 4 or 5 star quarterback, right?
Okay.
And Matacha was what, a 3 star, 4 star? One of them?
Yeah.
So if Perry goes down and Van Dyke goes down, we still got a 3 or 4 star quarterback to back him up. So you telling me we're gonna run through 3 quarterbacks in one season?
You don't want it to get down to that bad.
Yeah, but I know that. But I'm saying, you think we really gonna go down to the 3rd quarterback in the whole season?
You never know, bro. Let's just say Perry go down, and we have to bench him. So now we only got one option. And if he looks terrible, then what we get?
Okay, first of all, the scheme that we were now, if we was an Eno scheme, I agree with you that we probably have an injured quarterback. But since we have the scheme we got now, either we're gonna hand that ball off or throw a little bubble or screen pass or a slant or a little mid-range quick pass. That's gonna be kind of hard for our quarterback to get injured because King hasn't got sacked a lot of this season. That's because the ball been getting out of his hand a lot faster, or he been handing the ball off. And then if he did get hit on the run, that's a design run play for him to take the ball and run. But it's not like it was with Eno. Eno's had to play where you drop back out of the pocket like an old underneath the center shit, and it's a possibility you might get injured. It's 2 different schemes, so it's not gonna go the same way as far as injury wise. It ain't gonna say it ain't no chance.
I'm just saying, I'd rather have options. I don't want to see no injury at all, but yeah. I'd rather have options. I'd rather be prepared. I'd rather have somebody, two different options.
But you got 2 different options.
No, I'm saying if it goes down to this, Perry get injured,
right?
Tyler Van Dyke come in, but he's not looking that good.
Right.
I'd rather have 2 options behind him, in Motoka and somebody else.
Well, I mean, this thing about it as a coach, okay, if your quarterback that's supposed to back up your star quarterback is not that good, you're supposed to make plays that fits where he can work with. And if it doesn't work with you, run the ball. That's how they do things. And see, if you sit there and throw screen passes or little passes that you know he can make, then after that, he might not be that good. You saw what they did with Jaron Williams. He wasn't that damn good to me here, but they still make little short slant plays where he can be involved in the game and we can kind of win games and let the defense win it. So he can. I'm talking about injury wise. I'm not talking about just sitting because he ain't good. I'm talking about we got enough quarterbacks to play. We do. Hands down. We don't need. Sometimes we don't need a game. We don't need a playmaker. We need a game manager. Just somebody that can hand the ball off and just get it though. And we got that. Oh Lord, Jesus.
Man, see, Slim Shady about to tell you don't bump your head.
I'm always bumping my head.
Like I said, it's good to get a quarterback every single cycle. It's good to have options.
I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't take one, but like right now I wouldn't because we can do that next season.
But I would rather get a quarterback this season, next season, the season after that. I'd rather have options. I'd rather have Miami have some kind of pocket to where if this, that, and the third goes down, we don't have to depend on a running back throwing the ball or somebody else who used to play quarterback in high school taking over at quarterback. I'd rather have the options there already.
Well, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, partner. You got to do what you got to do with what you got.
Hey, like I said, I understand what you're saying. You got confidence in the quarterbacks that we got. I got confidence in them too, but I like to have options.
No, you don't. You got a Manny Diaz terminology in your head. I can't develop unless
I mean, develop them, but at the same time, stuff happens during games.
I'm not saying it don't.
Sometimes you can teach a guy the whole week, the whole off season, and then they go out and do total different than what they tell you.
What I'm saying, this thing about it, I'm sitting here speaking from just having enough players to play. As far as not just if they're good or not on the field, I'm just saying we got enough quarterbacks to play. And then as far as the injury aspect, I understand your point from an injury aspect. But at the same time, you talking about if the star quarterback get injured, then if Van Dyke don't pan out, we're gonna bench him. Why? If you already know you down just another 3.5 star player.
If the starting quarterback get injured,
right.
Van Dyke throwing interceptions, he not making no offensive plays for Miami. You're not gonna bench him. You're just gonna let him go out there and embarrass himself and embarrass the team.
If I look at Matocha at practice and he ain't showing me nothing else better than what's it called, then after that I'm gonna look at the other quarterbacks. If I see, I'm gonna know in practice if I can just have a game manager instead of just having, a quarterback that's a playmaker. You know what I mean? Like you'll know in practice who gonna be what. And see, I could pinpoint a quarterback if I know he ain't gonna be shit off the muscle. But them, we talking about them. Hell, it don't matter. We can recruit the top notch quarterback, and they'll still look like goddamn two stars.
Oh my god! Slim Shady came with the 305. He said, concussion protocol. Oh my god, man! Thank you, Slim, for the donation. Oh my God, CJ. You knew it was coming.
Hey, he said, this is the thing about it. Everybody can say what they want to say, but this is my thing about it. Our coaching staff does not know how to develop players, and you see that shit. Now, I ain't saying right last year because we ain't seen it other than this year so far. He ain't really had enough time. So we will really see if he know how to develop offensive players next season. But as far as the other parts, I don't know.
I understand. Before I say this, I understand we had Dan Enos last season. Before I say this, now Williams did not pan out. Perry came in; he was kind of inconsistent. We didn't get to see no Tyler Van Dyke. Why? Not Tyler Van Dyke. I'm sorry, no Tate Martell. Why?
We did in the bowl game.
That was come on, man. We don't. You counted that?
You counted when Perry went in against Clemson.
Like I said,
right, I'm gonna count it.
Like I said with the Clemson and Perry thing, Perry was put in a bad situation with Clemson. The game was already gone for Miami. We couldn't win that game. Now, the worst thing that happened for Perry, though, he came in and the only pass he threw was an interception. So that's why I told you it looked bad for Perry, but the game was pretty much over. And the coverage that he threw that ball in, he should have never threw that.
First of all, what's up, Cocaine? I told you, Perry was running. First of all, you want to blame somebody. We're going to blame all three factors, right? Offensive line for not holding their blocks long enough. Wide receiver for not paying attention to the quarterback when he's trying to instruct him to cut back in to get open. Third of all, yes, Perry should have threw the ball out of bounds instead of still throwing and trying to make something happen. They all three in the wrong. But the family Kane's family don't understand that shit. All they see is Perry just fucking up still. That's all they see.
Like I told you, Perry came in a bad situation.
Yeah.
When you got one receiver in the area with three defenders, you don't try to be a hero and throw it in there. You throw that away. We saw De'Aaron King do that on Pitt, and what happened? It was almost a pick six.
I mean, the man was just trying to make the best out of his situation because he know he ain't finna get in no time soon.
And the best out of some of those situations is just to say, hey, I don't have nobody open, throw it away. The best situation, hey, I'm being tackled from left to right, throw it away. Don't take a sack. Stuff like that. But when you throw the ball in the area with three defenders, what you expecting?
He didn't cut in.
If the receiver catch the ball, they're going to be like, oh, man, beautiful catch by the receiver, but I wouldn't have threw that ball in there. I wouldn't throw it in that area. Plain and simple.
If you go back and look at it, that man was telling the wide receiver to cut back in because it was an opening right there. He could have fit it in.
You got to understand, by the time that wide receiver would have been open, he would have been sacked or he would have been throwing while he got hit.
No, see, the three defenders, they were coming in. It was one on the by the outside of my line, and then the middle one was coming in right next to him. Well, I'm going to go there with the camera like that. And then the one that was coming in, the safety that was coming in down at the angle, they was already positioned like this towards the wide receiver. And if he would have cut back in like Perry told him, cut back in while they making motion, he could have beat him right there because their hips are already pivot going to the outside. So all he had to do cut back in, and that would have been a nice little toss. That's it. But he didn't pay attention.
I'm guessing that Ice Prod, you probably the only one that think that right now, man. To be honest with you. You're probably the only one that think that. I think the whole team, midway through the season, I think the whole team knew that Jaren was not the one.
Oh, that Beckham looked like Uncle Luke Skywalker.
What's going on, boss? Get down, say Tate is garbage.
Hey, Jared, if you think Jared would have been good, go watch him at his community college. It's Caden Community College, I think, or something like that. Some BS yet right now.
Yeah, Odell handing out dollar bills like Uncle Luke. All right, so with the as you guys know, last season, Clemson versus LSU. LSU beat Clemson. Celebration going on. Odell started handing out cash right in front of cameras, in front of everybody. $100 bills everywhere.
The dumbest shit alive.
So then when they got
called
up in the media, he's in a locker room giving out cash, you name it, stuff like that. So now the media get a hold of this, and then the NCAA want to do an investigation because it's plain, it's right in everybody can see. You can't deny it. They even try to say it was monopoly money. Like anybody gonna fall for that. Unless you try to cover it up, or he was handing out monopoly money. The money wasn't real. Then you have your Heisman Trophy winner, your quarterback, player of the game, just won a national championship. He going off to the NFL. He could care less about the team next season. He goes on the podcast and say, yes, I took money from Odell Beckham. Yes, he gave us money. We took it. So now, LSU trying to get ahead of this. Like, you remember when Al Golden tried to get ahead of the whole situation at Miami? Start imposing, self-imposed, punishment, whatever. So now LSU decided, okay, we're going to ban Odell Beckham from the team, from any team facility for 2 years, and then we're going to lose 8 scholarship for the next 2 years. So they basically doing what Al Golden doing. They trying to get ahead of this whole penalty thing that's going to come down from the NCAA.
Hard.
But come on, Odell, man. Odell, you know better. If you're going to give these guys money, do it out of where nobody would ever even know. You won't never get no recognition for doing it. You won't never get nobody would ever know you do it. If you're going to do stuff like that, put it like that. And then you got the quarterback snitching. He straight up told everything. Ain't nothing you can say after that once he told everything.
VT said what's really fucked up about LSU is that a booster was embezzling money from a children's hospital to pay players.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It said it was monopoly money. LSU just passed the goal. Oh, my God, man. I guess all the players on the team just collect 200.
Them folks stupid, man.
I seen it, bro. He like put the 200 in their hands and everything. I did a video on it like when it happened too, because
Hey,
it was
y'all say
all
drop
over
the
the
link.
media. It was all over the media, man. I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
So they said drop the link.
Who's it? Oh.
CJ, you don't bump your head. You need a concussion protocol. Here we go.
Oh man, yeah, the link's in the chat.
So I'm just saying, man. I knew that night when I was watching the game. I said NCAA gonna get that ass. That's the first thing I said.
I was telling everybody that, but nobody wanted to listen. They was like, oh, it was fake money. They all gave it back, and that's it. It don't work that way. Because then they're gonna look into it, like how much money was given, how often this happened. Where did we not see, and then. Once they start investigating around your program, they will find something.
There's something.
Tim Shady, what's going on, boss?
What's up?
They done found it, boss.
Yep.
They $180,000 got paid to a player's father.
Ooh, damn.
It's all over the media.
And the money was embezzled from a children's hospital.
That's fucked up.
I put on Uncle Lou's show this morning. I said, if that had happened in Miami, everybody with an internet connection would be screaming death penalty.
Exactly.
Oh, you already know. They were screaming that with the whole what's the name? With the whole Shapiro thing.
They ain't have no evidence there. No. And this LSU brought on themselves because they were already investigating the basketball team, and LSU refused to fire the coach. So that was basically LSU flipping NCAA the bird, saying we don't care about y'all. NCAA may be finna come down hard on LSU.
Yeah.
Hurricane Chris, I'm gonna bring you back in. We're just gonna have this dialogue real quick. Yeah, so we're gonna leave LSU alone. Let them dwell into all of that, because when we was going through it, we didn't want nobody talking. So we're gonna let them have their little issues or whatever, But how you feeling about Virginia, Slim?
I ain't worried about it. Their defense is subpar compared to what Bronco Mendenhall usually has, because that's one thing Virginia usually does have is pretty good defense. And their only offensive weapon last year was Bryce Perkins, and he's gone.
Yep. Not to mention their quarterback got a concussion right now, and they subbing in 2 other guys. So
I didn't know CJ was their quarterback.
Who?
I didn't know CJ was their quarterback.
See, I think CJ's third string right now. CJ might get recruited by Miami to be our 2021 recruit since he don't want a quarterback.
Perfect example, CJ. We had 3 4-star quarterbacks on the roster last year. What did we get out of them?
Yeah, I mean that came from bad coaching development, just like it was before.
But you got to understand, CJ, stuff happened. It's good to have options.
Okay, you can still have that talent, but if you ain't got no coach that can develop them, it's just like recruiting a 0-star.
Well, you're not going to get developed in 5 minutes either, and that's about how long Dan Enos and the rest of that offensive staff was at Miami.
That's my point. So even if you add more quarterbacks and we keep rotating these position coaches out, then after that, what's the point of getting them? What's the point of having no option?
Let me ask you this, CJ. With De'Aaron King and Perry and everybody that we have now, we had less practices, we had no spring games or nothing, and we look 10 times better than we did last season.
Because Derek King was already coached up from Houston.
But you got to understand, De'Aaron King also sat out almost the whole year at Houston.
Well, he already had. I'll say he already. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was about to say, De'Aaron King's a dynamic quarterback. I mean, he really is. With what he can do with his legs, I mean, that's just something you have to have. You don't necessarily have to have a runner like De'Aaron King is, but you have to have somebody that can pass. And up until he come in here, even his deep passes look good. So that's where I'm saying, that's where I think you're seeing the drop off in his deep passes, is the fact that he's come into a new system with, a messed up offseason. But he can keep, how many drives has he kept alive on third down with his legs? Where normally we would have just, got a couple of yards with the running back and then punted. That's the kind of difference he's making this year. But CJ said it in Big Dog and Junior's chat yesterday. And honestly, it's what I've been preaching since Randy Shannon was there, because they've had this problem since Randy Shannon was there. If you're constantly turning over coordinators, if you're constantly turning over position coaches, you're putting in a new scheme every year. Your quarterbacks aren't going to get any better. Your wide receivers aren't going to get any better. Your running backs aren't going to get any better. I mean, you can't develop them when you're constantly changing everything.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, I said that to Junior Big Dog, and they told me I was crazy, and that didn't mean they also said Randy Shannon wasn't a good D coordinator, but I think Big Dog might have been sitting in that chair a little too much. They may check him for a concussion.
And I didn't get to see that part of the show, so I ain't got no input.
Well, who was it? Somebody else beat me to it. 2006 was Randy Shannon's last year as the D coordinator, because they made him the head coach the next year. They were the number one defense in the country.
Yep.
So, I mean, he kind of backtracked it a little bit, said, it just wasn't his style. Okay. That I can take that, I guess, even though it was kind of backtracking. But hey, you know what? I'm kind of on board with what fire Blake Baker. Give me Randy back. I know what he can do with Miami talent.
Yeah.
Man, like I'm saying, man, we can't keep turning over coaches though. We gotta find the right fits and let them stick.
I completely agree with you. Well, and see, here's the thing: you're not going to find out in 1 year if they're going to work out either.
Exactly.
You don't develop an offensive line in a year. You don't develop a quarterback in a year. That amazing season Joe Burrow had, he was a fifth-year senior.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking this season too. With a lot of players getting extra eligibility, I think we should really have a good depth chart. Or we should have.
You realize here in the next few years, you're going to have teams with over 100 scholarship players on their roster because everybody gets an extra year of eligibility.
Yep.
Is that LSU?
And that's another thing too. I mean, as far as the season going right now, I think if the season were to end right now, I think De'Aaron King come back.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we'll be seeing him against Alabama.
That's the only thing I got to say about Derek King. Slim, you might not agree. It don't sound crazy, but he's too damn short to look over that middle and throw that slant pass. And then his accuracy has to. Now, if I ain't gonna say it's all quarterback that's short, they can't do the same thing because Russell Wilson and all them, they can roll out. But this thing about it, in this type of offensive line that we have, you can't roll out like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that chance to roll out and make a play like that every time if you're playing a good defense. Now, these sorry-ass teams like Virginia, or something like that, then yeah, you can roll out and do all that crazy shit. But if you playing a Clemson, Alabama, shit, or even a Georgia or something like that, you can't roll out and have it your way like that. And his
Actually, I completely agree with you, 100%. I mean, we're actually look at the Clemson game. How many balls were batted down? We're having the same problem Georgia's having with Stetson Bennett right now.
Exactly.
I mean, we can get away with that against, Florida State because they hadn't. I mean, Florida State, I think, has finally figured out their quarterback position, and they may make some noise towards the end of the year. So it's going to make that win look really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can get away with that against Louisville. They're bad. They're regressing.
Yep.
We'll be able to get away with that against, Georgia Tech, like you said, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll say this. A lot of people, I popped in Alonzo's chat, was just sitting there listening after the Pitt game, and a lot of people were mad about it. And I've put this in several chats. Miami, over the past 10 years, after a loss like Clemson, would have lost that Pitt game. I was just happy they won it, no matter how they won it, and because that shows me the team's improving.
Yep.
And
that week, I was preaching that the whole time. Whatever Miami comes out that week, we'll see if anything's changed. Yeah,
and we did. And here's my thing: on paper, Pitt is the number one defense in the ACC this year, and we hung 31 on them.
Then they say Lou would throw up if Miami flipped one of those quarterbacks on their roster. Oh man! Now I don't know.
You have tape.
I don't know if you was on the other night, but I went on there. I was trolling Lou a little bit, man. He had his Miami stuff prepared.
You better bring your A game if you're gonna trash talk Lou.
I
can hang with him, and I'm playing defense, but it is taken. Like I'll watch all kinds of college games. I won't just watch Miami. I prefer college to the NFL.
Exactly, me too.
So I'll sit there and watch Alabama, and I can sit there and trash talk an Alabama fan because they've won their division the same amount of times in the last 3 years as we have.
Right.
Before this season, we beat more ranked teams in the past 2 years than they have. And I can throw that at them because I'll watch a whole bunch of college football. But unless you watch a whole bunch and know what other teams are doing, like he does, he'll take you apart.
Yeah,
he will tear you apart.
I went in there on trolling business. I was just like, what y'all should do is call back Mark Ricks and have him call plays. Y'all should call up Herschel Walker since it's a Corona season and everybody eligible to play. Put him in at running back. And I was about to try to tell him to call up the guy that punted the ball at Alabama to be the quarterback, but he didn't let me finish. He just went on a rampage talking about our trophies, our DVDs, 30 for 30s and stuff. Before I get the last thing out, he hung up on me.
Well, see, the problem with that is, too, he's had 100 people throw those exact same things at him.
Oh man!
So here's a thing that works with him. If you can also point out the deficiencies in your own team, like he can, because I'll give him all the credit in the world. Unlike a lot of people, he'll call out his own team just as much as he will anybody else's.
Yeah, I see that a lot,
and a lot of people won't do that. Yeah. So that'll go a long way with him. But like I said, he's been doing that how many years now? You got to bring your A game fucking with him.
Say if King beat Clemson, no one say a word about his height.
Oh,
Norman, thank you for the $10 donation, boss. He said if King return, it will be officially quarterback. It will affect QB recruiting for 2021 and possibly 2022. Perry could transfer as well as Matoka. If we have signed 2 quarterbacks in 2022, it'll work against us.
I feel that way too. That's why I say he need to leave.
Hey man, thank you for the $10 donation, Norman. That's a touchdown for the channel.
Peyton Matoka probably ain't never gonna see the field. He just probably ain't.
I mean, if you look at next season, if you look ahead, if King does not come back, then you have Perry and Tyler Van Dyke. But Matoka, I don't know. He probably would have to redshirt a season or so to even, consider.
Yeah. Well,
playing for
and here's the thing. Here's the thing about Perry. Here's the thing about Perry. A lot of people just don't take into account. Perry's going to take those risks that you have to try and win a game. So,
especially the deep ball.
He may be, yeah. Well, he may be like that Brett Favre that's going to throw up that pass that very well could get intercepted, but if it gets caught, he's the hero of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So Perry's going to throw you a lot of touchdowns, but he's going to throw you a lot of interceptions too, because he'll take that risk. I really don't mind that. I don't have a problem with that.
Me either.
As long as you don't pull a crab legs and throw more interceptions than touchdowns, or just as many interceptions as touchdowns, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panama Jack, we play on the ACC network, and that's at 8:00.
That's why I want Perry to be, I know everybody excited about Kim. He can do all that shit with his feet, but he can't work against every team like that. Not a good top team. It ain't gonna work like that.
Well, here's the thing about that. You don't necessarily have to be able to run downfield, but you have to be able to get away from pressure.
Yeah. Be elusive. Improvise.
And that's something Perry is very good at. And you were just pointing out a minute ago, getting on the move, trying to direct his receivers and being able to throw on the move.
Yeah. Play make accountability. But see, they don't want that shit.
That boy says if King is the best to give us a chance to win, we should take it. If Trevor Lawrence leave and we get King back, we could have the best returning quarterback.
I don't think so.
Who? I mean, other than Trevor Lawrence, who you think would be a better quarterback?
I mean, you talking about a quarterback? Or you talking about a running back that got a little orange?
He's talking about in the ACC. I think he's saying that King would give us a good chance to win the ACC next year.
I mean, King's a good running back with arm juice. I'm just put it like that. He got some juice to his arm. But as far as being a quarterback, I doubt it. That's not an overall quarterback to me.
And
I mean, if you look at him at Houston, he's making those throws though. So that's why I'm saying maybe the move to Miami and then the messed up offseason. And you also have to think during the offseason his mind was out of it too with his daddy dying.
Yeah.
So that his offseason.
I think a lot of things come down to the offseason, the lot of practices that we missed. They didn't get the time to get timing right on a lot of those deep ball passes because he didn't have time with those wide receivers as much as he would want to.
Okay, tell me why I'm not going to even compare the passes that he missed that was wide open receivers. I'm not going to get on that. And second of all, I ain't going to get on the fact that our wide receivers did get separation, but they had to stop to come back to a ball that was thrown 2 to 3 yards behind them. Not going to get in that either. But when it comes to the Houston situation, okay, I don't watch full games. And every game, he lost to Tulane. And it was because of passing. The Tulane quarterback threw deeper, better passes than he did. That's why Tulane won that game. Oklahoma swept his ass because the offensive line couldn't keep up with that type of talent like how he's playing in now. One of the Power 5 schools. He could not keep up with a top team like Oklahoma. And they was stacking his ass every time. And the passing were the same what I seen against Clemson and the same that I seen when we played against Pitt. It was inaccurate. You go back and watch the full game. And I told T2 about this. It's the same stuff that I seen him for. It's not because of the whole COVID. That's just who he with. If it's a duck, it walk like a duck, it quack like a duck. It's a goddamn duck. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not saying he doesn't need to improve. He does. And I mean, you can say that for anybody. But from what I've seen, I think part of the reason we won that Pitt game is the leadership and maturity he brings.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's one of those intangible things that you just can't measure. And listen, I said in the offseason after they said everybody would be granted another year, I said if he doesn't have a Heisman Trophy winning season, he's coming back because he's not going to go very high as a quarterback in the draft. So let's see what they can do with him in a full off season.
But let's think about it. And I said if Rhett Lashley can, and since Rhett Lashley there, I got confidence in Rhett Lashley to develop these quarterbacks now. If he stays there more than just a season or two, but if he leaves after 2 seasons, we're gonna be right back in the same situation with wide receivers and everything else and above. It's just gonna be the same thing over and over again because Perry, we should have stuck with Perry no matter what, and just went ahead and let him develop through these quarterback coaches.
What you got to understand too is Reed Lashley system. King knows this system. That's why Reed Lashley saw him in the transfer portal and he went straight after him. They know each other. So with him coming in and playing the way that he does in that system, that was expected. Now, as far as the deep ball goes with the wide receivers, like I said, he didn't have the time to get timing down with these guys. He didn't have half the practices that happened during the offseason was guys practicing at home by themselves or guys working out at home by themselves. Or they'll meet up with other people and work out, but they weren't meeting up as a team. Half the time, De'Aaron King was in, Texas. So
I just want to say this.
So right now, the deep balls might be off, but he's getting it done in other places. As time goes on, as they practice during the weeks and games and stuff like that, I think King will start hitting those passes.
I want to ask you something, Slim. And T2, I want to ask y'all something, man. So our wide receivers ain't that good this season, and it shows now this season, right? But didn't Perry have them same damn receiver before? And he was throwing that shit in their damn hands, and they were doing the same shit, but it wasn't the wide receiver's fault then. It was Perry, right? That way everybody was putting it off on, right?
Not me. Now,
I ain't talking about y'all, but I'm saying ain't that what everybody was putting it off, that it was Perry and it wasn't receivers. But now all of a sudden it's the receivers is King here. It been that way.
My thing is, if the ball is put in your hand and you didn't catch it, it's on you. Now, if the quarterback overthrow you or underthrow you or didn't put the ball where you could get it, it's on them.
Well, some of this I'll say. Some of them that CJ was saying were underthrown, and some of them specifically in the Clemson and Pitt game, they're underthrown for a reason. They're underthrown for the receiver to come back to because he doesn't have enough separation from the corner, and either the receiver can come back and make the catch or draw the pass interference penalty.
Exactly. And that's exactly what Reed Lashley was saying in his press conference too. So some of those passes that seemed like they were short, they were designed to be.
And if the receivers don't help him and come back, which was the case on some of them, I mean, you can't put that on King. You do have to put that on the receivers.
Oh, I'm not saying the receivers don't have no fault now. I told you that. I've been told you Hartley and Wiggins and them was butterfingers and didn't fight for the ball. I've been saying that. But what I'm saying is that some of them passes, like in clips in the first, I think it was the first and second quarter, it was a left, it was a deep ball. It was supposed to be a deep ball. And he threw it too short. The wide receiver was coming back for it, but it was just too short. He threw it directly to the defender. And they picked the ball up.
Some of them are underthrown too short, and those are on him. Now, as far as the wide receiver play, I'm going to go back to the same argument you made about Perry. And I know CJ agrees with this, but some other people don't. When you are constantly changing these guys' playbooks and you're constantly changing wide receivers coaches, you're not going to develop wide receivers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
the raw talent's there, but it takes time to develop that talent. So, it takes a couple years in the system.
Did this dude with Scorpio King? You gonna say nope? Perry had number 4 and number 2 primary last year. CJ, who was the starting freaking quarterback? Jerry Williams the starting quarterback. He was named the starting quarterback for the first 4 to 5 games. Perry had to come in and save our ass. Did you not remember that, sir?
Like you said, Dan Enos was our offensive coordinator last season. I don't care if we had Joe Montana as quarterback. he wasn't going to have success in that offensive system.
Well, and he's just putting it off on Enos and his system, but and I know who that is. I talked to him offline quite a bit. He's not a fan of Enos. And here's the thing: blame Enos if you want. I mean, I don't really care. You saw the same problem when Randy Shannon and Al Golden were head coaches. When they're constantly turning over offensive coordinators, your offense never gets any better because they did the same thing. You're not going to have a well-run offense in one off season. It's just not going to happen.
No.
I mean, we've seen the problems with this offense, and it's a messed up off season. Now the reason it's done as good as it has is because they brought in a quarterback that does good in the system, and running a higher tempo at times takes some pressure off the offensive line, but you've still seen that offensive line is bad.
And Phil says, bro, honestly, Perry needs to shadow so he could develop. But if Perry was the answer, he would have been out there.
Okay, first of all, let's break this down, people. So Mark Richt got there in what year, Slim Shady?
2016 was his first season.
And we had Brad Kaya for how many seasons?
Brad Kaya was there for 3 years. 2 of them were Golden. One of them were Mark Richt.
And then after that, we had Malik Rozier, right?
Yeah, Malik Rozier.
And then we had Paris doing musical chairs for a year with him, right?
Yeah, that was 18. That would have been Rick's last year.
And then also Perry got in some trouble, right? Twice.
Not really. I mean, there was some stuff that didn't look good, but I mean, there was like the video of him flashing cash. That they looked at it, it was nothing. So
okay, well he had a bad rep after that, pretty much from fans.
Yeah, he kind of hurt his reputation. Yeah.
Okay, and so Manny latched on to that, right or wrong, for his first year, right?
I mean, I don't know. I've never heard anybody ask Manny about it, and I'm not going to assume what's in somebody's head.
But I'm pretty sure that has something to do with him starting. What I'm saying is that ever since that happened with him doing what he did, he has not caught any kind of praise because of that situation. And so far as his gameplay on the field, why you think Enos opened the playbook open to Perry to throw it deep in other passes like that compared to Jaren? Because he was better than Jaren. But Manny wanted Jaren to start over Perry. It's the same thing this season. That's why he went and got what's called out of the portal, because hey, we got Lashley coming in and then King used to it. So he was going ahead.
Let me ask you this, TJ. In your opinion, you think Perry should be starting right now over King?
I'm gonna say yeah, me personally, yeah. That's just me. But everybody gonna be like,
y'all in the chat, do y'all think Perry should be starting over King?
You gonna know they're gonna say King, because King got the leadership. I give King that. King got the leadership, and he got that off the field shit. He got the stuff that we need as far as that being the leader stuff. But as far as gameplay, I have to get the Perry. It is what it is to me.
I'm trying to see.
I mean, except for that interception at Clemson, when Perry has come into the games this year, he's looked good. He's looked better.
A little better than last season.
Now, I'm not sure if I would say he needs to be the starter. I'll say this. If King comes back next year, there needs to be a serious competition between the two of them.
Oh my God, CJ.
Hey man, listen. All I'm saying,
it's just CJ's opinion. That's
all. My opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, people.
Phil said we'll be 1-4 like FSU.
Perry's got a winning record as a starter.
Thank you. Oh, God. Thank you. He has a very good little record on him. I ain't gonna say it's great, but it's good enough.
Hey, it's above 500. He's got 3 more wins than he does losses. He's 7-4 as a starter.
Oh,
and one of those, to be honest with you, you can take away, because one of those losses was the 2018 game against Virginia where Rick pulled him.
Thank you. Somebody said it. It's just frustrating sometimes watching King's long ball.
Like I said, if King comes back next year, because there was no quarterback competition this year. King, they brought in King, they made him the starter. There needs to be an open competition for that quarterback spot.
That's why I feel like he should be gone, because he just like the COVID season. It's here now. It needs to be gone next year.
Oh my God. Like I said, I think King brings things Perry doesn't.
What is those things other than running like a running back?
I do think he's got more moves running downfield than King, but we already talked about it, the leadership ability.
Yeah.
And that's something Perry's only going to learn from a guy like King.
No, bro, you did not say that.
He wasn't going to learn it from he wasn't going to learn it from Malik Rozier, that's for certain.
No, because Malik was a yes man. This man just said King is the Perry. No. Perry was the Blackman 2.0. Come on, bro. Come on, dog.
And let's be honest, for Malik in 2017, we had no better option. He was literally it.
Yeah. Curveball King is 8 on the Heisman. Damn, he 8 on the Heisman list? I told you.
The season 3rd or 4th. Now, granted, part of that, Justin Fields is 3rd on the list, and he ain't played a game yet.
Hey, you know what, Slim? I'm gonna tell you this. King remind me a lot of Malik though.
Yeah, man. Like I said, King fit this position right now. King is a leader, and what I liked about him too, when he threw those 2 picks against Pitt, he didn't panic. He went right back out there and picked it up like it was a regular thing. That's what you got to look at now. Some quarterbacks would put their head down, go to the sideline, mad, throw their helmet down, or be pouting. King's like, you know what? I'm waiting for my opportunity to go back out there and make it right. That's what you need. That's what you need. At quarterback, you got to have a leader, and King got all those attributes. Now, like I said, the only thing I'm concerned about is the deep ball, but I do give him credit that he did not practice with these guys. He did not have, get the timing down with these guys on these deep balls and stuff like that. So we got to give it time. And then you got to look at why we having a wide receiving competition right now. Because those guys are not getting separation. Those guys are not putting in enough effort out there on the field. So the coaches see it, we as fans see it, and they're trying to rectify the situation.
Yeah, but how much you want to bet that come Saturday, it's still Mike Harley, Pope, and Wiggins.
Thank you. Somebody said it.
I'm with you 100% on that.
Somebody said it.
With you on that, because I do see that happening too. Those are the guys I think gonna start anyways. I think those other guys gonna, make it a little bit harder on them, but I think in the end they're gonna get it anyway.
Okay, let me ask you why you think that, Slim.
I think they might switch up the 2nd and 3rd strings, but I still see Wiggins and all those guys coming out there.
Why you think that, Slim?
Well, it's one of 2 things. Number one, there's always the possibility that these wide receivers are just like Robert Knowles, practice field Heisman candidates. There's that possibility. I don't know. The other thing is, and the whole coaching staff knows this, freshmen are inconsistent. That is the rule. There are exceptions to that rule. Trevor Lawrence is an exception to that rule. I mean, there are plenty of other guys you can think of that come in as freshmen and just ball out immediately. But those are the exceptions, not the rule. And this goes back to like stuff I heard last year about Greg Rousseau, and I just never agreed with it whatsoever. These coaches are not going to make it personal with a player because they're not trying to get fired. They're trying to keep their paycheck. So Manny's not going to keep a player, say for instance, keep Greg Rousseau on the bench if he's the best. No, I believe what came out of Greg Rousseau's mouth and what came out of Manny's mouth, that he hurt his back in the fall and he wasn't 100%. So I tend to agree that if they're saying, these 3 wide receivers are showing us the best on the practice field, that has to be what you go with in the game. You can't go with the worst guy on the practice field because these guys aren't out here trying to lose their job.
I would have to say, I agree with you on the first part. I believe that we got some top-notch practice players at wide receivers. But the second thing I would say would be, because that's just what the hell Manny want to do here. That's who you want to start. Shit, that's what I just think off the box. As far as them not want to get fired, I just think that he gonna have his contract up to 2023, ain't it?
You talking about Manny?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, Manny. Yeah, 23.
He ain't going no damn well.
I think James, his contract will be up then too.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not gonna get rid of him.
Don't think they can't. You don't forget they didn't have to pay out Mark Richt. Mark Richt retired, so he left $20 million on the table that they didn't have to pay him.
Okay, but you really think they're gonna get rid of Manny Diaz if he anytime soon? You think they're gonna get rid of Manny Diaz anytime soon?
Well, do you think Manny Diaz is going to do something that could lead to the team doing bad intentionally, which can lead to him getting fired?
I think he opened his mind more this season. That's all I can say. A little bit more than much.
Not really.
That much.
Because don't forget, Rhett Lashley wasn't his first pick as offensive coordinator.
No, it wasn't.
Mike Bobo was.
Yeah.
Who else has Mike Bobo been offensive coordinator for? Mark Richt.
Yeah.
He runs a pro style offense. Manny hired Rhett Lashley because Blake James told him this is what the fan base wanted.
Yeah.
Ahmad, how you doing, boss? What's going on?
They listened to what the fan base wanted.
I'm
So it's one of those, you got what you wanted. Let's see what happens with it.
So you think
fans.
Do you think Manny and him be colliding on differences of schemes and stuff then? If that's not his guy.
I doubt it. I don't think, because I think Manny still hired him. But I think Blake James isn't one. Hey,
for a little bit.
Blake James doesn't have that kind of backbone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's one where they sat down and had a conversation about it.
Yeah, I want to, like Chris said, he want to see Worsham. I want to see a lot of those other receivers get in and see what they can do. Because, I mean, during practice, during all the springtime and everything like that, those guys, when they had those scrimmages, they were putting up good numbers. They like Slim said earlier, some of those guys might have been the practice kings or whatever. But I want to see them on the field. I want to see if we was right or wrong about them. You know,
but to me, you should be rotating out your receivers just like you do just about every other position anyway. Everybody gets better with game experience.
Thank you, Going to Green Blood. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I seen a comment earlier where they were saying that you got to look at the numbers for King. Now, if some of those balls that he threw that was not dropped, his numbers would look way better than it does now.
But that same thing go for Perry.
And see, I didn't even get into that. I was just talking about touchdowns and interceptions. I mean, that's just, like I said, with Perry, he's going to take those risks. But here's the thing: if you don't take those risks, you're not taking the chance to win the game.
Yep.
And against a team like Clemson, that's how you pull off an upset. And let's be perfectly honest. Clemson this year, Alabama to start next year, we're not on those teams' levels. It'll take somebody taking some chances to beat those teams.
Yeah, I'll say King need to take his ass on.
Man, if we get King next year or we got Perry, hey, I'll be happy with either one.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I'll be rooting for either one.
No, you wouldn't.
I know what King brings to the table, and I know what Perry can be.
I ain't talking about what King do outside the field. I'm talking about if we play Alabama.
You got to look at King. You got to look at King for who King is.
Look now,
King take over the game when the pass and the rush is not working. He gives you a third option.
Listen, you think Alabama gonna sit there and give this man time in the fucking pocket to throw a ball? Hell no. You think that rushing game gonna be a factor for him?
If we have King against Alabama, Alabama's gonna have to study and they're gonna have to make plays. They're gonna have to utilize their defense to try to stop him from running, which will open up the passing. And come on, man.
Come on now. You don't think
quarterback.
We don't think King, we don't think Clemson load the box against us and let him throw. And he cannot do it.
Hang on,
he
CJ.
Can't do it.
Against a team like Alabama, you don't sit in the box and pass against them.
You don't.
Alabama, and we just saw it as a matter of fact over the past 2 weeks. Alabama's defense is made to beat a team like Georgia. Mainly a Russian team. Somebody that's going to sit back in the pocket, pass the ball. But what King brings to the table, along with Rhett Lashley with his up-tempo offense, and he's going to have to spread the field on them, is exactly why Ole Miss just gave them all they wanted.
That's what I'm saying. When you, as a defensive coordinator, when you have a guy like King on the field, you cannot overcompensate for him. You got to put guys on him. You got to have a spy. You got to have defensive packages ready for this guy at any moment. Because if the pass is not open, and if your defensive line or your linebackers or whoever you blitzing don't get to him, he will hurt you with his feet.
And CJ, I like Perry as much as you do, but with this scheme and between the two of them, King does give you the better shot to actually knock off Alabama.
Okay, you say that, but they defensive front by themselves. And the offensive line that we're going to have next season, do you really think that run for King going to really matter?
They'll all be back next year. And, yeah, look at what Ole Miss just did to them 2 weeks ago. Their defense is not built to stop an offense like that.
Exactly. We could go toe for toe with them with our offense.
It's just schematically, it's a bad matchup for Alabama's defense.
Didn't they say they said that Alabama, they had like a bad defense, right?
Yeah, they do.
They did last year because they had like 6 players with season-ending injuries, and they were playing a bunch of freshmen.
But they said they got a bad defense this season too.
They said that because of the Ole Miss game, but look what they just did to Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why that happened. Because they had a Derek King back there named Stanton that was about close to the same height and getting the ball swatted down every time he passed the ball. And he tried to run, but it didn't work.
Now let me ask you this.
That quarterback from Ole Miss
Let me
ran
ask you
over.
this. Alabama, they lost to Clemson twice in the championship, right?
Yeah.
Both of those losses, the quarterback was dual threat, right?
How tall was it?
Deshaun Watson, right?
How tall was it?
Trevor Lawrence. These guys can run. These guys can take off. These guys, you have to have spies. You cannot just let them stay in the pocket because they're going to get out the pocket and make plays. You might have a 3rd down and 3, and a guy like Trevor Lawrence can get 10 yards on you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like the Trevor Lawrence comparison, and I'll tell you why. Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. He really is. You only see a Michael Irvin come around every once in a while. You only see a Trevor Lawrence come around every once in a while. So that's just not a fair comparison.
That's why we wasn't even winning games with, we barely won games with Brad Kaya because he didn't have the mobility to get out the pocket and then
Brad Kaya had cinder blocks for feet.
Exactly.
And that's why a lot of people fell in love with Perry. When he came in, he actually took off.
He had the height, he had the arm.
When Perry took off running, it was like a fresher breath air for Miami fans because they were so used to seeing Brad Kaya get stuck in the pocket and get sacked.
Well, Malik Rozier could run the ball. He just couldn't pass it.
Yeah, but I'll say that's the thing about it. Perry can throw it, he can run it, and he has the height to see. He got all 3 things. King doesn't have the height to see, everything. He has the speed. He has the run ability. His arm is decent. It's not that great, but it's decent. It's like a running back with some juice on the arm. That's all it is. I just think Perry can learn from King as far as being more of a leader and doing the right things off the field for King. That's the only thing I can see him gaining.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think he can learn more than that from him, but I don't disagree that he can definitely learn that from him.
Oh my God! Orange Green Blood to lighten up the mood. He said, "I hope Trevor Lawrence gets split ends."
Dude,
hey man, that man's got a Head and Shoulders commercial with Troy Polamalu waiting on him.
Yeah, most definitely.
You already know he does.
Sunshine.
Hey, Trevor Lawrence, I'll sign a subpar contract with you. Give me some shampoo.
Boy, Trevor Lawrence got a little attitude on him too. Did you see him when he ran in that touchdown after he come back in from that targeting hit?
Oh yeah, I seen him. I was like, who?
Yeah, I think that injury.
I did not expect that out of him, man. I did not expect that out of him. I always seen him as this upright, polite kid. So when he got that attitude after almost, the whole targeting thing, I was like, okay, he got a little spice in him.
He said we faked that injury.
Nah, Amari.
Yeah, got targeted by I don't remember.
Right to his sternum and knocked the breath out of him.
Yeah,
that's a bullshit call.
It is.
And then he started celebrating at the end on the sidelines.
Yeah,
well, here's my thing. If you're gonna call that, and the way the rule is written, it's leading with the crown of the helmet. You should throw targeting on every running back in football.
You ain't lying. Exactly.
They called it when he hit him on his stomach.
The stomach. And he has an all around protector around the stomach to the back. Exactly. And so that shit didn't do nothing to him.
Well, they
might not win at him.
But when they look at it, they don't care about any of that. All they saw was him leading with the helmet. That's
all it is that's the cash cow for NCAA, and they don't want their baby to get injured. Pretty much.
It's not even that. Look at it the very next week against Pitt. They threw it. They didn't even throw the penalty. The booth reviewed it on Nesta when he hit the quarterback from Pitt. But you saw he put his head over to the side.
Yeah.
So it's leading with the crown of the helmet. But like I said, if you're gonna, I don't even have a problem with them making that call. My problem with it is them throwing somebody out of the game for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've gotten better. I think they've gotten better with the whole, targeting thing, because now they don't have to actually just go to the locker room. Yeah, you got to think about it. As a player that just got targeting, now you're in the locker room by yourself. It's like, damn, I got to sit here for the next hour or two by myself.
I think within a few years they'll take away that whole thing of them throwing people out of the game for it.
Well, they said they went to if you get ejected, then they're gonna let you stay on the sidelines. But if you get what's the other one? Disqualified? No, if you get disqualified, they're gonna let you sit on the sideline. But if you get ejected, you got to go leave the field.
Nah, right now, if you get a targeting,
what he's talking about is like Jalen Phillips with 2 personal foul penalties.
Yeah.
You get ejected now for fighting. So basically, now with targeting, you don't have to go to the locker room the same way as if you don't have to go to the locker room for 2 personal fouls.
Hey, Hurricane.
Slim, did you see the video? Did you see the video from the Florida State game with Robert Cooper?
With who?
Cooper.
Right, Cooper.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll see if I can pull it up.
I'll find it. Scorpio, okay.
I'll find it on y'all keep talking. I'll find it.
I see why these defenses they don't know how to tackle because of the targeting thing. I guess they're afraid of something. I don't know.
Well, and Manny, they're afraid of getting thrown out of the game. And here's the thing: Manny saved Amari Carter from getting thrown out of a game because they were showing the replay up on the booth, up on the big screen, and he's talking to the ref, And he's like, look, Amari Carter went low to avoid it, but that receiver went even lower. So you have receivers now trying to draw targeting penalties. It's just like, receivers trying to draw pass interference penalties. And that's why I think they'll end up changing it in a few years to keep people from getting thrown out of the game, because they're going to see people are doing it on purpose. And, that being a perfect example, you go low like you're supposed to, but the other guy goes low too. I mean, he's doing what he can. You can't ask any more than that from him.
Yeah, but defensively this year, we look pretty good, but it's not like, like when Manny Diaz came in, like 2016, yeah, it was pretty good. 2017, we improved. Like that's when, we brought out the turnover chain, stuff like that. 2018, I think that was like maybe like the best defensive year we had. I think we were like top 3 in defense efficiency, or things like that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't disagree with that at all.
Because that's when Manny Diaz was the defensive coordinator.
It was, and I'm not totally down on Blake. Listen, we don't have, outside of Bubba Bolden, we don't have a standout All-American, or should I say multiple standout All-Americans in the secondary like we had in 2018. We don't have a standout All-American on the interior of the defensive line. And granted, Roche and Phillips are getting better, but, they're getting accustomed to the system as well. The only place I really see we're lacking is in the linebacker spot. And go back to 2017 and even 2018 as well. We gave up chunk play, but especially in 2017, they were just negated by all the turnovers. You're not going to get that every year. And that, with running that system Manny does, that aggressive attacking 4-3, that's the trade-off of running. Every system has a weakness, and that's the weakness to it, is that you do sometimes chunk plays.
And we're not even running a 4-3. We're running like a 4-2-5 now, because we have a striker. So,
and I'm not a fan of that. I'm really not. I'm becoming more of a fan of it this year because Gilbert Fryston's doing a better job at it than Romeo Finley. Romeo Finley was just too big to drop back in coverage, and a lot of time he was stuck on a slot receiver. So, you got Romeo Finley. I don't remember how big he was off the top of my head. I want to say he was around 6'2".
Finley came in as a safety. He came in as a safety.
But he was but last year he was like, what, 230, 240 pounds? He ain't keeping up with a slot receiver.
No.
So I think that's why it kind of looked bad last year, and I'm kind of growing on it this year because I have a safety doing it, which they should. I personally think Amari Carter would be better in that situation because when you do blitz him, Amari Carter hits him.
Check this out. Now, Florida State, North Carolina. See right there? You see what he's doing?
They ain't fucking the hell out of there.
Like, bitch.
Did they not get called for that?
Nobody. It's like they didn't even see it.
Damn.
Man, he went ape on him. But the reason he did that was the guy was going after his knees. The guy's been going after his knees the whole game, so I guess he got tired of it.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
You only put up with it for so long. Well, them North Carolina Tar Heels need to be put in check because them and their fan base starting to get a little big head on them. I had some North Carolina fan tell me that they going to come to Miami and drop 50 on us.
Oh, my God. I bet that same fan said they were going to drop 50 on Florida State, too.
Yeah, he said they were going to beat Florida State easy.
Oh, man. Yeah, Phil posted that. I saw that because of Phil.
Oh, it was on Big Skin Pete show. That dude, Luke Walker.
Oh, my God, Luke.
Yeah. He said they were going to beat Miami by 50 at home, which I got a bet. I got a bet with Pete. I got a bottle of Jack
That's
Daniels.
the little kid, right?
I don't know how old he is.
I think they say he's like 14. I was talking to Judge Juno early on in the week, and he pointed him out as a YouTuber that does North Carolina video, and I checked him out. He looked like he about 14.
Oh,
I was like, if during the North Carolina week, if I were to try to link up with him, the show would be PG-13.
Oh Lord.
Well, I would not bring my ass on there.
Well, and part of it too, I think I don't think you can take away from records in college, and part of that might have been mental too on Mac Brown's part, because Mac Brown going into that game was 0-6 lifetime against Florida State.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't that his like his alma mater or something like that?
Well, he was head coach of North Carolina back in the day. That was his head coaching job.
Yeah, VT said he's 17. So
I'm 14.
hopefully by the time we play North Carolina, he'll be 18. So you can come in there and drop a couple F-bombs, CJ. You said we're gonna beat us by
one. Y'all didn't hear what y'all did. Y'all didn't just hear what what's called said. He said he's 14.
Who said he's 14? VT said he's 17.
No, you ain't. No, listen. Let's say it again, bro.
I'm 14.
Told you that I set my mind back.
Hold on, Ahmad, where you from?
Oh,
what area are you from?
What you mean?
Like Florida?
Oh, I'm from Florida. Yeah, I'm from Florida.
Miami-Dade.
I'm from Palm Beach. Palm Beach.
Okay, so you from where I'm from? Where in Palm Beach you at?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I live in like West Palm.
Yeah, I mean, I live in West Palm too, but I'm saying, where in West Palm are you?
Oh,
yeah, I got folks off of Gateway and Lantana, everywhere else. Boulevard.
Okay. I don't know. I just know.
Well, what school do you go to? Palm Beach Lakes?
Nah, I'm in middle school right now.
Oh, wait, what? Middle school go up to 14?
Yeah,
nah,
8th grade.
Yeah, because I just turned 14 like a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be about 8th grade. I'm repping Pinellas County. What up?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But yeah, kid, like I said, if he's 14, then it's PG. But if he's 17, turning 18, then it is what it is. He could probably drink, out of a regular bottle. He probably put down a sippy bottle. So
well, I need me a beat button like KG on Area 21.
Beep, beep,
beep. Cause right now I can't say nothing. Buddy 14.
Oh my God. Flag on the play. Put TJ in timeout.
Dang, he'll leave off because of that.
Nah, I don't know why he left, but hopefully. I mean, we weren't saying nothing crazy.
Well, like I said, he wasn't really wanting to say where he was from either.
Let's see. I don't know. I kind of feel like when he was talking, he didn't sound 14. He sounded like he was,
20 something at least.
20 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all ain't scared
tell by the sound of his voice, he was young.
If y'all ain't scared to say y'all age, put y'all age in the chat. Let me see how old I feel.
Yeah, everyone put their age in the chat. I just did.
Me and Pinecone was born in the same year. 1988 was a great year.
Yes, 87. Sir. I'm 32 years of age.
I turned 33 this year.
I turned 33 in March.
How did my comment just disappear? Oh, there you go. Okay, see, Hurricane Millie 31. Dang, I thought Hurricane Millie was older than me. Big Brock 17.
Dang.
Jose 18.
Phil Kane 24.
VT 35. Phil 24.
Someone said 67. So now you come on curveball. You ain't no fucking 93 and a half. Get the fuck out of here, man.
He said 93 and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, you've seen it all then.
Ice Prize 16. Alfonso.
Oh, so he was around when Georgia had their last celebration.
All right. Hurricane Chris 21. Ahmad Rathel 14.
36. Okay, Judge Juno 31.
Oh, Miller said he's 36.
Oh, okay.
VT 1985, the greatest year ever. So he
BB 35.
1985. Let's see. What happened in 1985? Man, Miami lost to Tennessee 35-7. Fuck 1985.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, man.
BB Lowe said he's 35. Maiden Day 34.
Taz 38.
Hurricane Chris said the GOAT Sean Taylor 21. He's 21 years old. Taz is 38.
K Bruce said he's on 29.
VT said 80, baby, the best. Panama Jet, he went at his knees.
Gamer say he's 16.
Kebrew 25K 29. Novance Gamer HB is 16. Orange Greenwood said the 85 Bears.
Oh, he Blood say 44.
44.
Oh, so okay. Gamer say 28. All right, so mostly everybody.
Bears.
Yeah, so mostly everybody is above the age. So little cursing here and there won't hurt nobody, but try to keep it at a minimum.
Good, because fuck 5 Bears too. ain't got nothing. Got nothing on that 0-2 Tampa defense. Nothing.
Now let me ask y'all this: Can y'all take a 14-year-old talking North Carolina football serious?
I mean, if he knows what he's talking about, sure.
Yeah, because if during that week, because he's on the North Carolina YouTuber that I know. So if I were to try to bring him on, would y'all take him serious? As long as he's talking college football and not just some, we're gonna beat you nanny boo boo.
Yeah, I mean it depends. I mean, you have some people at that age, they if he's talking facts, okay, fine. If you're just going nanny boo boo, we're gonna beat you by 50 points. Man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean if he could talk football with some facts behind it and some logic, then I'll consider bringing him in. If he even wants to come in. Because we do these shows around this time. It might be bedtime for him.
That's true too. We might have to have CJ tuck him in, read him a little.
Oh man, but I'm not even worried about North Carolina right now.
I'm just saying, when it comes to that, I can't even speak on it, bro. Cause talking to somebody in their 14, 16, I'll be like, it depends on if they're on the same wavelength we on. If they are, then cool, but they're gonna feel kind of awkward a little bit.
I mean, like I said, either you make a good argument or you don't. If you don't, then whatever. Yeah. I don't really care how old you are. Like I said, it's all in your argument. If you can make a case that makes sense, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just like to curse a lot.
Okay, so he's saying basically if he knows what he's talking about. Around close to that week, what I'll start doing, I'll start checking out some of his shows, check out some of his videos, see what he's talking about. Get a feel for if he's, fit to be, talking football on here. Because y'all might clown him and he might feel hurt.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Now, see, he said some stuff in Pete's chat that makes me wonder. So, just saying. Because he was talking about, what was he talking about? North Carolina was playing NC State this week. And there was a big controversy in the offseason on who was going to be NC State starter. And, I mean, their backup quarterback's numbers are very similar to their starter. Now, their start quarterback's gone down with a broken leg. But, I mean, the backup's numbers are almost just as good. and they're averaging 45 points a game on people. And he just come into Pete Jack talking about the backup ain't no good. Well, yeah, he is. So, and that's something to look out for next week because that's who we expect.
Since you say you're a graphic designer, hit me up on Instagram. I want to see some of your work because sometimes when I do these videos, it takes time to make thumbnails. So if you're a graphic designer, hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is hurricane_T2Y.
I can't find you on Instagram. I can't find you on Twitter. I can't find you on Facebook. I ain't on none of that.
I just recently, like maybe a couple of days ago, made a Twitter.
I ain't even got a Facebook. I ain't got none of it. I get on YouTube. That's it.
Yeah, I got on Facebook because even during this week, I've been searching for like Virginia groups on Facebook, whatever, kind of get a feel of what they're talking about, and it sucks because none of their groups are developed.
Well, Virginia's never just had a great football program. I mean, you could say they did like 50, 60 years ago. But Virginia's just never been a big, dominant football program.
All right. And I think we touched based on everything, though. But what y'all score predictions? Let's get a score prediction going. What y'all score prediction for this game? What you got going on for this game, Slim? What you think the score going to be?
35-13.
35-13. You're in the range of where I'm at. I was thinking
and it very well could be 10. I wouldn't be surprised at 10 either.
Yeah, I was saying Miami 38 to Virginia's 20. I was going.
I don't think their offense is that good. I mean, all they had last year, like I said, was Bryce Perkins, and he's gone.
Yeah, if they get some good quarterback play, then I'll give them 20 points. But if not, I'll drop them down to maybe 14 or 13. But I say Miami 38.
I mean, you and me ain't but a field goal apart.
Yeah, CJ, you still there?
Might have bumped his head.
So we got a 45-17. VT says 42-10. You still there, TJ?
If they can get the run game going this week, they can run away with it.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for too. If we could start out, getting the run game going, like you said, I think the passing game will open up. I think they'll be spending too much time trying to spy on Derek King, to where they're going to let some of those middle, the middle plays and then the deep ball. I think we're going to throw some deep balls this game.
And to me, that run game is the key because you saw it. We lost to Clemson. Over the last 2 games, Cam went from averaging 8 yards a run to averaging just over 2.
Okay.
That, to me, that says it all revolves around that run game.
Yeah, Hurricane Miller says 38-9, all field goals. Hey, that's another thing I liked about the Miami versus Pitt game. Mm-hmm. Even though we turned the ball over, those 2 interceptions that could have possibly been pick 6, we turned those into 3 points instead of 7s.
Well, one of them was a touchdown.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that one where he got left wide open in the end zone. But,
I mean, you can't stop them every time.
Yeah, most of the points that they got was field goals. So, defense showed up when the offense made, hiccups here and there. And I think that's what makes a great team, when either one of them stumble and the other one step up.
Yeah, so, it does. You got to have both, most definitely. And, I mean, that gives me hope for the defense as it is. They're getting better as the season's going on.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all drop them score predictions, man. I got a couple so far, but y'all drop y'all score predictions for the games, because we're gonna wrap it up pretty soon. We've been on here almost 3 hours now. So drop them score prediction. What you got? What you got, CJ? What's your score prediction for the game?
What it should be or what it's going to be?
All right, give us both.
God damn.
What it should be is 55
Oh my god.
to 20. 55 to 20. What is gonna be is 42 to 22.
And answer me this, DJ. Why should that score be that way? The way you said it should be?
Because every time we get a lead, like if we get a lead on one of these teams, Manny lets his foot off the gas pedal. Like when we played Pittsburgh, we had what the score was like 30 something. What 30? What the hell is that?
31 to 19.
31 to 19. Why couldn't it be 38 to 19?
I'm finna open these on camera, CJ. This one just for you.
What?
My package just came. Hey, relax. Go sit down. My package just came in the mail, so I'm gonna open it on camera. This thing beautiful, boy. This thing is beautiful.
Grandma brought you that.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, that thing just came in. Oh, Laker fans. This for all my Lakers out there, man. That thing just came in. Beautiful.
You know something? You want to know something, Pinecone?
What's going on?
He ain't never gonna hit 6 like Jordan.
Hey, I don't know, man. I think he can get another one next season too.
LeBron is done. State's gonna win it next year.
Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Now, I normally don't wear hats. I told you, CJ, man. I told you should let me order you one too.
CJ, how you put up with this fool, man?
Man, I let him exaggerate about these Lakers because he got LeBron this season. But I told him it ain't gonna matter next season.
You could see it in the way LeBron played all year. He's done.
I told you, CJ. I told you, man. What did I tell you? I love the city of Miami, but my Lakers was gonna get that championship.
Hey, CJ, how worried was he that the Heat would come back from being down 3-1?
And like I told y'all,
hey, he was saying the same thing. He kept on saying, "Man, we're gonna finish it out the game. We're gonna finish it out the game." He wasn't really scared, to be honest with you, Slim. I ain't gonna lie on him.
I was never scared from
he wasn't scared.
Because you know what I saw in the Lakers? I saw the Lakers did what they did with Kobe and Shaq. They got a big man and they got a guy that can score all around.
I'm gonna tell you what they did. The NBA set it up where the Lakers ain't got to run into nobody for real. They play against a non-factor team. How about that? That's what they did.
What happened was the Lakers basically the Heat didn't have an answer for Anthony Davis.
No, they were injured.
And you know damn well if Golden State's entire team wasn't injured, they would have stomped a mud hole in the Lakers.
Oh man!
It's just you got to chalk it up to the COVID season, man. That's what I did. But you see, they ain't talking about the championship as much at all, do you?
They really. Why? You want to know why? Because nobody watched it.
Nobody watched it, bro.
Man,
I know two people.
Like 5 other people.
I know two people that watched it. Me and CJ.
Hey, lowest finals ratings ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Oh man! Look at VT with the fake chip. Stop it, CJ. I mean, stop it, Skip. Skip, stop it. Stop it, Skip.
Lowest finals ratings ever. Nobody cares about
LeBron.
The Clippers, like Skip said, the Clippers didn't even want to be at the damn bubble.
I swear.
Do we got any Lakers fans in the chat? Is there any Lakers fan in the chat?
Hold on, let me ask you a question, T2. I didn't even know you was a Laker fan until this season.
Oh, go back to
Slim.
Go back to
no. When you was at last season when y'all wasn't doing shit, or the season before that?
Right there. Go back to see now. See, hey, okay, perfect. I like when people challenge my fandom. Go to any of my social media accounts and go back as long as you want and look at who I've been rooting for.
Oh, I'm talking about since
Guarantee.
you been doing the YouTube thing. You ain't never rooted for Lakers on your YouTube channel.
It's hard to do Laker videos on YouTube. You will not get no views. You will not. Trust me. There's
Because nobody cares about
3,000.
LeBron.
There's 3,000 Lakers YouTubers.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So when the Lakers didn't have LeBron, or when LeBron had a groin injury, where all this momentum and energy was at then?
Like I said, last season, the Lakers was good until LeBron got hurt. The Lakers was doing pretty good in the West until he got hurt. We went from what, number 1 in the West to dropping out? And when he came back, he wasn't the same.
Well, what I'm saying to you is, y'all had 10 years before LeBron gave y'all championship, before y'all was even back relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Phil, you got me on Facebook. Go to my Facebook and type in Lakers. You'll see how far back that goes.
Hey, Michael Jordan come back from Major League Baseball and won a 3-peat. It took LeBron how many years in LA to win a title?
Look at Hurricane Millie. He say Lakers been absent for 10 years.
That's what I've been saying, bro.
It be like that sometimes, man. It be like that sometimes. Hey, a lot of teams, they don't win a championship for a while.
Man, you want to know one record the Lakers hold that'll never be broken? You know what it is?
Let me hear it.
James Worthy, the ugliest motherfucker in the history of the NBA.
Huh?
I said James Worthy was the ugliest motherfucker in the history of the NBA.
Hold on, let me pull up James Worthy. Oh God.
Man, head looked like a watermelon.
Yeah, but like I said, you go to any of my social media, search Lakers, you'll see how far I go back.
Bro, I ain't even gonna count to you, and I'll give you props when it's due or credit when it's due, but I have never heard you talk about no Lakers.
Yeah, I never had to.
That Tampa Bay flag's been flying on the front of my house for 5 years.
And I've been having Dwayne Wade shoes ever since he came in the league.
Man, what is up with James Worthy for real? Dude, funny looking.
I told you.
Oh,
that's the
man.
ugliest dude in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, James Worthy kind of funny looking.
I left mine on the floor of your car. Mommy, can I see this?
Dude, mad funny looking. That boy had on goggles, man.
Man, when Kareem got him, everybody wanted him. I get those Lakers teams back in the day with Kareem and Magic. Well, they were the truth.
Yeah, man. Lakers all the way, baby. Oh, man. It's crazy,
I ain't never
man.
seen you.
You know, it's funny because I ordered this the night we won.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, Slim.
I
was a fan of the Heat before Wade got there. But I like the Heat way more after when Wade got there even more. But TTY, I can tell you this, I told him on the phone. When LeBron came there, I discredited them 2 championships.
Oh, man.
I don't like LeBron.
I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta look at LeBron for who he is.
A punk ass bitch.
LeBron knows the game has changed and he's moving along with it.
No, he's taking advantage of that
Sounds
shit.
like Damian Lillard, who's thinking about being the only all-star on the team and expecting to beat teams with 3-4 of them. They lost their mind.
I got respect for Damian Lillard, but he need to learn to stop being a damn ball hog all the time.
CJ.
I ain't got a problem with somebody being a ball hog though.
Yeah, but it depends on if you making the buckets though. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Hi.
Oh man.
You can have it. You see that You see that circle around that? You see the Lakers logo inside the circle? That's the bubble. That's it's telling you it's an asterisk mark for it, buddy.
You know what they say, man. The sun shines on a rabbit dog's ass every once in a while.
Yeah. Now, watch how they be trying for the next 10 years.
He said LeBron's an actor. Man, y'all need to stop it, man. When LeBron was the Heat, y'all was loving him.
Hey, man.
No, I didn't.
LeBron deserves an actor, a damn Oscar for all the flopping he does.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, bro. Man, Dennis Rodman would have ate him for lunch.
Yep.
Hey, well, Dennis Rodman ain't here to eat him for lunch, so
yeah,
we're gonna let things like these for now.
See, I really got a problem with the Lakers. I don't like LeBron.
Exactly. That same thing with me. It ain't the Lakers franchise.
Why do people hate LeBron so bad, man?
He's a punk ass bitch. I done said that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I don't know. Even when he was at the Heat, he was at Cavalier. I ain't never had no hate for him.
I don't have no hate. I just don't like. I don't like how his gameplay is on the court, man. He's 6'9", 6'8", complain about a 5'10" dude hit him on the wrist, cry about it. Like, come on, bro.
And you know what? I heard it wasn't even said about LeBron, but I heard the perfect thing that LeBron needs to hear the other day. If you got to call yourself a legend, you ain't a legend.
Facts.
I know one person that calls him the legend. Stop, Skip. Leave him alone, Skip. He the GOAT, Skip.
Okay, and Shannon Sharp just as wrong about Tom Brady.
I mean, Tom Brady is the GOAT. Plain and simple.
I mean, that's the greatest clutch quarterback in NFL history.
I think he's the best. He's the best system quarterback in history. Yes.
No, it ain't a system because you're seeing it in Tampa. They're doing good.
Well, that's yet to be seen all the way. It's not even the season ain't over yet.
Man, did you just see them blow out the 4-0 Packers?
And I also seen them get their ass whooped before too. I said I also seen them get their ass whooped before too a few games ago.
They lost their very first game, which I called in the offseason they were going to lose. And then they lost to the Bears by 3 points. That ain't getting your ass whooped up against probably either the first or second best defense they're going to play all year.
He said Shannon Sharp is the biggest LeBron groupie I ever seen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know what? You right about that, Slim. They only lost to the 2 games. They lost 2 games early in the season, but they still got time to see what they gonna do. What Tom gonna do? Still got time.
See, here's and I said this during off season too. You don't need the greatest ever Tom Brady at Tampa Bay. They have arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL this year.
Yeah,
and with everything they have between wide receivers and tight ends and running backs, you don't need the best Tom Brady ever.
Now y'all know. Now you know the Lakers are trying to trade for Chris Paul too, right?
Man, everybody studying them fucking ass LeBron. But you know what? Let me tell you something, Slim. About them Tampa Bay Bucks. I've been a fan. That's one of my favorite teams to watch too. I told you I watch 4 teams in the NFL. I don't really have a favorite team like I do in college football, but when I do watch teams, it'd be 4 in particular: Falcons, Baltimore Bucks, and Dolphins. And I've been watching the Bucks when they wearing them butterscotch ugly ass uniform, getting their ass whooped every motherfucking Sunday.
Oh.
I remember them days before they got Derrick Brooks and got down Warren Sapp. I used to watch that team. So my thing is, looking at Tom Brady now, I'm just looking at how he gonna progress. I ain't saying that he can't do it, but right now I'm just trying to see if he can do it. But he should be able to do it though, because he has some of the best wide receivers. I ain't gonna say the best, but he has way better talent than he ever has had at the Patriots. So he should do a better job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should be doing a way better job.
He's that little dude, Scotty Miller, has come out of nowhere and become his favorite targets. Gronk is starting. Hey, Gronk's not.
Man, you don't cut that shit off, man.
Oh my
LeBron down the middle, behind his back, spin to the rim, spectacular layup by LeBron. LeBron on a breakaway slam dunk. Strong drive to the basket by LeBron. 20-footer good. And he's just pouring it on now.
If he gets a 4-3,
I think you want to look at Slim say.
Finals MVP, the mouth gonna shut.
The Lakers give us something to remember forever.
Him.
The Lakers are the world champions.
Because LeBron did the same thing Shannon
You
Sharp
did great, buddy. Oh my God. Sweet.
Oh man.
No, that fake goat you gave me with that Michael Jordan jersey. Really? That's the real goat.
Well, speaking of fake, I have a gift for you.
What you got?
I've got an authentic cubic zirconia ring. I got one right here. This is real cubic zirconia. It's 100 fake diamond. Miami Heat is an epic mismatch here.
The Heat was a very well coached, a very well disciplined team.
Right here.
Oh my God.
100 diamonds.
Man, Skip.
Hey, CJ, you know why Shannon Sharp loved LeBron so much, right?
What?
Shannon Sharp had to go to a loaded team to win a championship too.
Hey, you know what? Skip talked. Hey, you know what? Hey,
Oh my God! Stop it.
Skip talked about that. Skip said, didn't you play on the Broncos when you had a Hall of Fame quarterback with a Hall of Fame running back?
Hey, what other team did he go to? Baltimore.
Did you go to a defensive championship team? He said your number was pedestrian. Your number was pedestrian.
The champ is here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all give me 1 sec.
Your champ is here with a whole bunch of Hall of Famers on the sideline of the team.
Where? Jordan made Hall of Famers. LeBron recruited them.
Exactly. And see, people don't realize that. They sit there. Well, LeBron. The only thing LeBron got on Michael Jordan that he played 17 seasons.
What else Michael Jordan have to prove?
Nothing.
He did twice. He did everything LeBron's done in half as much time.
They don't see it like that. I don't know. I think he got some kind of something over these so-called fans of here.
Hey, in a more physical league.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's why I don't watch the NBA anymore.
We are the champions, my friend.
Hey,
we are the champions to the end.
Hey, play that Mountain Yak. Play that Mountain Yak song.
Play who?
Mountain Yak.
I don't know what that is.
Put Shannon Sharp Mountain Yak.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Y'all about to get me copyrighted.
The Mountain Yak.
Oh man.
That's what I like about Shannon right now.
Shannon's a grip.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give Shannon this much. They did a thing. ESPN put out their best national champs over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And Skip tried to say it was Ohio State. Shannon Sharp's like, you done bumped your damn head. He said it's Miami and it's not even close.
Yep. Oh man, Shannon Sharp said he almost went to Miami too.
Where did Shannon Sharp go to college? I don't remember.
Savannah State University in Georgia.
Yeah, he said he almost ended up in Miami.
Hey, Jerry Rice come out of Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah. Walter Payton came out of Jackson State, I think, wasn't it?
Sure, Larry Fitzgerald came out of Pitt.
So did Dan Marino. I tell you why I like Purdue, because they produce the greatest fullback of all time, the A Train, baby.
All stop.
Rome Bettis ain't got shit on all stop.
Hell no, you don't.
Wrong Dennis never figure out how to catch the damn ball.
We are the champions. Hold on, how many Laker fans are in here? I know Lakers all day is a Laker fan.
No, ask them how many LeBron fans in here. That's what you ask them. There ain't no real Laker fans in here.
Trying to see how many Laker fans in here.
Apparently not many going by the ratings of that final.
You ain't lying.
Oh, man. Wait, who's salty like Twerk Telly?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on in the chat. Only thing I know right now is we are the champions.
I think you're gonna put that video up for me.
Grand. I tried to find it, but I couldn't.
It's the easy thing. How you tell me Shannon mild with that yet? It's type of mild and yet.
Mild. I thought you said mouth.
No, mild, like black and mild.
Okay.
Because Shannon Sharp stay with damn cognac and some black and mild.
Yeah, that shit is funny.
Tú vas a ver, porque no estoy tan tranquila. Búscate tu gana.
Still don't see it. Let me try it.
Mild with that yet. Yeah, with that yet.
I ain't big on cognac, but I take me black and mild every once in a while, though.
I'm trying to tell you that mild with that yet. This type of mild and yet.
I'll find it.
Mild and yet.
Yesterday, LeBron for the 60.
Hold on. I didn't even know this was out. Oh my God. And it's 2 years old?
First time in his career was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. And so in order for me to celebrate with him, I had to break out something special with him. I got to be grateful.
Oh no, that's not it.
Outro, stuck in the house, need to get out.
Yeah, you about to get me copyrighted.
That's not it. It says Jack remix. Yeah, the bottom.
This one.
Yeah.
The miles with that yak hard yesterday, Skip. I feel me miles and hen dog, and now y'all got problems with me.
A phone plan by Google. It's easy to switch to 5 from the comfort of your home.
Oh man, that was it.
I'll tell you, he got that little show. What's it called? The Barbershop. I have a lot more respect for LeBron if he just come out there and said, "People, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I was Michael Jordan so bad. I wish y'all would love me like y'all love Michael Jordan."
Man, I think to be honest with you, I think LeBron got his own thing. I think a lot of people compare him to Jordan, but they got two different style of game.
Man, he wants to be Jordan so bad, he's trying to do a Space Jam too. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. And he wearing the man jersey number. The same jersey number.
Hey, but that just goes to show you it's a fan thing. It's a lot of fans out there that putting LeBron versus Jordan. In his mind, he's not going up against Jordan.
Well, no, most people have it right. If you're trying to compare styles of play, Jordan and Kobe were a lot more alike.
Yeah, Kobe mirrored his game after Jordan.
Only for me. This is my sword
But Kobe, only thing I gave Kobe that was different was his fadeaway.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't care who it is, Jordan. I don't care if it's Kobe. I don't care if it's LeBron James. If they playing for the Lakers, they winning them champs. I'm with you.
Maybe that's it, CJ. Michael Jordan never played for the Lakers. That's why you don't like Michael Jordan.
I never said I ain't like Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan ended the Lakers dynasty, made Magic retire. That's what it's about.
I never said I didn't like Jordan. When I became a Laker fan, I didn't even know about Jordan. I ain't know nothing what Jordan did to the Lakers. That was before my time. Whatever he did to the Lakers was before my time. When I started watching the Lakers, Kobe was a rookie.
Well, you know what? Jordan and LeBron need to meet up. And you know what he needs to do? He needs to pull a Shaq on his ass. Google me, Bron. Google me.
You know what's funny? Back, I think it was 2009 or 2010, when Kobe and LeBron was supposed to go up against each other, and Kobe made it to the finals, and LeBron never made it. And Lakers went on to win a championship, but everybody wanted that matchup so bad, Kobe versus LeBron.
Was that the one where after they got Pau Gasol out of Memphis?
Yeah, Paul Gasol, Metal World Peace, or Ron Artest, if you want to call him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I would have liked to have seen the matchup. I'd like to see them go head to head.
Yeah, everybody wanted to. They even had the little Nike commercials with the little puppet Kobe and the puppet LeBron. Everything was setting up for that finals, and then the Lakers made it to the finals, and the Orlando Magic knocked off LeBron.
I ain't gonna lie, when I was a kid and Shaq first got drafted to the Magic, I was bandwagon as a motherfucker.
Bro, look, I've seen highlights from him at the Magics. Dude was small too, man.
I mean, he put on more weight over his career, but he was just as tall.
Yeah, he was small. He was thinner, but when he went to the Lakers, it like he just ate.
Well, I mean, look how many years later was that? That was at least 6-7 years later.
Yeah, when I was looking at him at the Magic, looking at him at the Lakers, I'm like, yo, Shaq's been eating.
That's 6-7 years. That's 6-7 years of working out too. You have to figure you don't finish. If I remember right, you don't finish growing until you're like 25. So when he's coming in the league, he's what, 20 at best?
Nobody wanted him more?
Dang, I knew that would happen to me about 7 years ago. I was wondering why I stopped at 6'2". Oh man, we've been on this thing for about 3 hours 15 minutes, man. I'm gonna shut it down.
I don't care.
Yeah, these kids starting to get rowdy too, so see CJ, man. You sure you didn't want me to order you one of these, CJ?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna go for. I say something I don't need to.
All right,
that's what I had to say about that shit.
Hey, the mile with the yak. Hey man, oh man, we had a good time, y'all. Miami versus Virginia. I think Miami got this one out right.
Yeah, we won't even. It's not even nothing to talk about that one.
Yeah, I think we got this game, man. But it's gonna be fun to watch. I'll catch you guys on Sunday at 4 p.m. We'll talk about the results of the game. You know, I'll have Polk County know, the Florida State played Louisville, so we'll talk about that. We'll chop up, what happened in the ACC. Thank you guys for coming through, man. Thank y'all for always supporting, hitting that like button, just coming through, talking, being in the chat, or just watching, even if you don't say nothing. Thank you. I appreciate everything, man. CJ, you got anything?
Hit it, bust it, talk shit.
Ma with the yak. All right, y'all. Have a good night. All right, y'all. Ma with the yak. Hey, man. Sorry to my Miami Heat fans, but, you know, I'm a Laker fan. It is what it is. But I love my Canes. Go Canes. Good night, y'all.